Well. All right, I should have gotten things more in order before we started.
Perhaps. Ooh.
Yeah. Are you over there? Does your mic work?
Maybe. I can only... The headphones. I think it's the headphones. I can only hear them out of one side, and now I can't hear anything. So...
Yeah, boy.
Let me try changing headphones or something.
Yeah, I don't know where the other headphones are.
CC chew it off again.
Wiggle the cord a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's a little... It helps a little. It still can... Oh,
That's
whatever.
what it is.
Yeah. Anyway.
Whatever. I can hear enough.
Welcome to the show, everybody. I am here. T is here.
Hi.
We got a full house here. This is great.
It's a party.
Trav Bully is in the house. What up, Trav?
Hi.
All right, pal.
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good. Thank you.
You look good.
Thank you.
You losing weight?
I've lost a shitload of weight.
Yeah. On purpose or because you're sick? Let me say the first.
Touch of the anorexia.
Yeah, no, I've only been eating like once a day, which is probably not great, but yeah, I've lost like 50 pounds.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can tell.
So, thank you. Dude, you know what it is? I can walk by a mirror without going, you fucking piece of shit. Like, that's what I did. I had to, like, any mirror I walk by, catch a glimpse, reflection in a window, and I'd go, you fucking piece of garbage. Look at you. Shame on you. And now I can walk by and go, you're still a piece of shit, but not as bad.
So less of a piece
kind
of shit.
Yeah, less of a piece of shit. And I know the camera adds weight, too. So when people see me in person, they're like, Jesus Christ, you've lost a lot of weight. So, yeah, I didn't do something like I did in California where I was walking miles and miles a day, and I don't know what it was because I couldn't lose a pound. I was counting calories, walking 6 to 9 miles every single day, never missed a day, and never lost a pound. And it was like, this is outrageous. I'm eating cottage cheese and fucking one cracker for lunch and having a sensible dinner and, you know, counting my calories. And I had my Apple Watch and, you know, counting my steps and all that shit. Nothing. So I don't know if it was medication I was on or getting on different medications because when I got home, it started dropping off like crazy. So I don't know.
That can definitely do it.
But I'll take it.
Can put on the pounds.
Yeah.
Certain ones.
Exactly. So I don't know. Maybe I'll find out I've got some horrible disease, and that's the only reason I've been losing weight. But
right?
At
Well,
this
at least
point,
it'll look good before the end.
before the
hip
very
looks
end,
good on you.
Yeah, the hip works for me.
That's what happened to my cat. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
You're treating Mike like a cat. That's smart.
We start shitting all over the house. We'll
Hey!
take care of it.
Hey!
Right.
That's the last thing they do before they die.
Damn you, Troy.
And look at this guy down here, theme dressing and everything. You are pathetic.
I don't care.
Look at you.
I'm
You
in.
are-
Greg when we need him.
Forward down the
Yeah,
field,
right.
motherfucker.
You are the most anti-Lions. Fuck them this, fuck them that. Troy and I sit here going, dude,
Win 3 games.
give him a chance.
5 out of 6.
Win a couple games, and all of a sudden he's got his jersey on. He's ready to go. He's back on the bandwagon.
I'm so excited.
I'm surprised you're not painting your face at this point.
Home playoff game. Remember, that's the deal. Home
Yeah.
playoff game. The paint will come back.
Well, they're not getting a home playoff.
I know, but
That's
maybe next
for
year.
sure,
Maybe
but
next year.
Maybe next year. Welcome back, buddy.
Oh, it's great to be back.
Were you
Yeah.
gone? I didn't notice.
I don't know. Whatever. What
have you been up to?
They're just doing stuff. I just went to I was in my parents' basement, just walking around in circles.
So last we saw you, you had, what was it, 3 months? You were going to be gone for 3 months, kind of doing the East Coast.
Yeah. It's been 6 weeks. Well, it's
leg of-
6 weeks today. I left 6 weeks ago today.
Oh, is that
is
all
that
it
it?
was?
You're probably thinking because really I did September, October, then I came back for 2 weeks because my sister was going to have the
Oh,
kid.
yeah,
So
okay.
I mean, it's been essentially 3 months. I just came back for like a week and a half.
That's
Yeah, that's
But-
right. That's
but it was
right.
6 weeks ago today when I left. And it was it's crazy, man. Time
Yeah,
flies.
yeah, and you were alone for that. How did the final leg of the trip go?
It went mostly pretty good. I know I talked. We did talk. Give some updates. That one time I talked when we were about the Ashley situation. I like
that's
being
right.
alone. I really do. I don't mind it, but I will say I think it does take a toll in the sense of like I was talking to my sister about this. Like when I was in Bar Harbor, it was this one place I went to specifically. I really wanted to have a weekend in Maine. I got lucky on a Black Friday deal at a hotel that was right downtown, right? And I want to go to bars, and it's fun, and I can do it.
Where is this now?
Bar Harbor, Maine. It's
Maine.
pretty
Okay, Maine.
popular. It's pretty popular vacation destination, I guess, in the summer. But anyway, my point is though, I can do stuff alone. I'm good with it. But you go to the bar, and after a while, when it's been a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you're just going by yourself,
Yeah.
you're just kind of you're just staring at your phone. I'm kind of hoping someone wants to talk to me, and if they don't, I'm just
Does anyone
there.
talk to you?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But it's like, and I will and can and will not be that dude who just gets into somebody
Inserts themselves into
right
this
and starts going. So
conversation.
this weather, am I right? I'll look for a place, and if I feel like they want to talk to me, I'll talk. But I'm not going to just barge to somebody and go, I'm not from here.
Should have wear a sign around your neck.
Well,
Traveling comic.
Wear my
Let's
Michigan
talk.
hoodie,
Yeah.
hoping sometimes the people that would.
Well, I
bring
don't know
up
what you're
kinda-
supposed. So would you? Did it matter if at the table if it was like a table of guys that are getting rowdy, or was it chicks, or
What do you mean?
like that you would talk to? I mean, because you're not going to go 3 weeks
Well,
going
no,
to the bar and not talk to anybody.
I'd sit at the bar top and kind of just hopes.
Yeah, if somebody's next to you, if there's an
next to me,
opportunity. Yeah.
and it
Not just go belly up to some four dudes at a table and be like,
Yeah.
hey, guys, what's going
Right.
on?
Anyway, my point of saying that is though, just even for me, I notice like mentally, it's like if you and me and Trey are going to the bar, you sit there and like if you have a budget too where you're not able to just sit there and drink 20 beers in a night necessarily, like I'm trying to sip on it, but when you don't have someone you're talking to, you can drink a beer pretty fast.
Yeah.
When there's no break in
Sure.
the conversation, there's no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was great. I'm not complaining. It's just one of these things that it was. I loved it. This is what I said. I got really, really tired the last week. Honestly, the last week, I was really worn out. But I wasn't worn out, in my opinion, from the road aspect. I was just worn out because it's been 5 weeks, 8 before that, and stuff like that. Where it's like I'm sleeping in these hostels, which that's the thing The hostels are fucking crazy
Yeah.
because you can
That's just where poor people go and
Well-
like room with a bunch of people, right?
I would say a lot. The ones I experienced, much like
Frugal.
we went over there,
Frugal
maybe,
people.
Frugal, but isn't it like hippies on the go?
foreign
Like,
people, a lot of foreign people.
Really?
Oh yeah, a lot of people from other countries.
Yeah.
that are coming to America, and that's.
Am I right about a hostel though? Isn't that
Yeah.
kind of where poor people go and hang out when they can't afford a fucking real
They're,
hotel?
No.
they're a lot
well-
more common in Europe. So
Are they?
I would
imagine
disagree.
People traveling are
And I'm
more
not
used
shitting
to
on it. I'm not shitting on it at all.
I mean,
but
they are
that's what I think of a hostel is.
They're
Like,
thrifty for sure, but I don't believe I would describe, at least the ones I was at, no one in there seemed poor.
Yeah, it's
To
not like
me,
a homeless shelter.
I
Still
think,
That's-
pay.
yeah, I
You
was
still
kinda
pay
thinking-
for it. It's just
yeah.
you can pay
dirt
$200 for a room, or you can pay.
Well, I think if you're a
$75 for
foreigner, a lot of these foreigners are coming over, and they're kind of doing what some young people will do if they go over there. Though you're trying to do it like months at, oh, I'm going to go to the States for a month.
Right.
And the thing is that there's a difference between you and me if we now decide, hey, let's go to Vegas for the weekend, versus if you're going to Europe and you're like, I'm going to be there for a month and a half. So I don't know. It works out.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing to me is like just things like I kept getting progressively more hostile-ish. Like the first one I only had 2 other beds. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
One person was on top of me. There was a person on top of me and a
Hot.
person below me, which ended up being a girl on top. Like, and I didn't even.
Wow.
You're
Reverse
talking
cowgirl.
separate beds, though.
Yeah,
not
separate
actually
beds.
on
Sorry.
top of
Yes,
you.
not
Yeah.
sexually.
Okay.
She wasn't riding me while I was in.
Well,
But it was funny because I was in my little. The first hospital I stayed at was in D.C.
Was she hot?
Not. She was all right. I mean, I would have fucked her, but like.
Yeah.
But like the first one I stayed at literally just had like there was like a bunk bed kind of thing on the ground. And then mine, I like climbed up 2 stairs to like a middle level, and then the other person was another one, like third. So there's only 2 other beds other than me.
Kind of confused as to what he's
like
describing.
a
Is
triple
this
bunk
making-
bed.
It's like a triple bunk
Okay.
bed,
Yeah.
I guess. It's the best, but nicer than that
Yeah.
because it actually had a little separation.
Are they
It kind of-
twin-sized beds?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
If not smaller, I guess possibly.
Really?
But I mean, if there's a smaller than a twin,
Like being on a submarine.
Yeah.
no, for sure. But like in that one,
So are people banging in the room and stuff at night?
I mean, you're
Do you
not
hear anything?
supposed to.
Not
but-
not you.
Yeah,
You're
other
not
people.
supposed to, really? Do they
I would
have
imagine.
rules like that? Like if you're with your girl at a hostel and you guys are sharing a twin bed, it's 1 a.m.
Well, you can't share beds technically. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but they say you can't do it.
Wow, they got some strict rules.
I
So
mean,
if there's 2 of you, you're supposed to have your
You
own
have to do
separate beds.
you do have to do you can do a private room.
Bullshit. Oh, okay.
There are private. Well, you go to a hotel.
Yeah.
For the most part, usually if you're a couple, you might go to a hotel. I would say the travel thing is more for people
Unless
that
they're
are
poor.
Unless they're, right. Unless they're poor.
They'll just go to a hostel.
Right.
And not fuck.
Right. I guess. But like it was it was like a triple bunk bed, I guess, is the best way to describe it. But I was sitting there one night, and like the person had not been there before the night before, no one was up there, and all of a sudden, like in the middle of the night, I just kind of I could hear them like breathing and stuff. I don't know how to explain it, but it sounded like a girl. I didn't realize I was in a mixed dorm. I thought, because usually they don't let you do mixed unless you're in a couple.
Okay.
Like they won't just like guys be like, yeah, I want to be with 8,
Yeah,
hopefully
just
there's
identify as a girl and then go into the other
true.
room. Yeah.
But anyway, so that ended up being a girl, and it was kind of wild because I'm like, there's just like like on her end, she's just a girl sleeping here, hoping that these dudes are normal.
Yeah.
Like,
Starts jacking off in his bed.
right.
Yeah.
But like, you can go to bed at 8 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night, and then have nobody in the room necessarily, and you have to technically be
And then they all
prepared.
come storming in at 2 when the
Yeah,
bar
no, you
closes.
Hammered.
You have to be prepared that, like, you can never assume that no one's going to be walking in that door.
Right.
Because you could go to bed at 9, and all of a sudden, which happened, I'd wake up at, noon, midnight to go to the bathroom or whatever, and all of a sudden, like, oh, there's 3 other people in the room now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. God, that would creep me out.
it's kind of crazy.
That would weird me out. Yeah.
Like, I had a situation one time where this dude, his alarm just kept going off. Every fucking 10 minutes. And the people were trying to be nice at first. Like, I probably would have just never said anything because I'm
Yeah.
fucking like that. But someone was like,
Dude, what a dick
By the
move,
by the third,
way.
yeah, by the third,
No,
to be
dude,
like,
it was
hey,
like
snooze
seriously-
get up,
or-
dickhead. Time to go.
It was like 4 or 5 times. And after like the third time,
Hey, do you
one
have
guy,
to be somewhere? Because I don't. Fuck
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. Shut it off.
No, this dude said, hey man, not trying to be mean, but the thing's gone off like 4 times. He's oh. And then it happened again, and the guy was like, look at dude, I don't know what you got going on, but your alarm's going off 4 times. Maybe you're supposed to be up now or something.
right?
Like,
Just pick the phone up and throw it.
Yeah, that would have been the next move.
Yeah, the next move is chuck that.
Oh, you
out
don't have
the
to be
fucking
anywhere, then
door.
we don't have to listen to this. Fine.
Yeah.
And it's just, and the other thing that's really bad about them that kind of sucks, I would say, I overall really enjoyed the experience, by the way. I really did. But there's
Did you make friends? Did you talk to people? Did you?
at different, I never made any full-on friends, I would say. The first one, like the
Tahoe.
first, no.
What?
No, I'm in the hostels.
Oh, okay.
And that was Reno, but you're close enough.
Oh yeah. Okay. I was
but-
like, what? Yeah. Okay. I got you.
But like in the first one in DC, they just weren't talkative. Like nobody was really that talkative, and they were again really all foreign. So that you'd be like, I'd be in the kitchen making my mac and cheese, and they would just kind of stumble in, and
No one spoke English.
no one for the most part said anything to me. I never made any actual friends. The closest I came was when I was in Boston. They did have like a kind of a general seating area where they had a TV. You could go and watch TV, and the World Cup was on. So I went there in the morning, and there was like 6 Japanese dudes watching Japan versus England.
Really?
And so I joined in, and they said, and they're like,
Start rooting for England.
no, no. I don't know if it was versus England. Now that I think about it, it might not have been England, but I don't know who they were playing. But I joined in, and they said like, oh, you can watch if you cheer for Japan. I'm like, oh, Germany. It was Germany because I'm like, well, I'm not cheering for fucking Germany. But
So you had to cheer for Japan.
and they won in the end. It was an awesome game. They were down 1-0 at half, and
Nil.
they ended up 1-0.
1-0.
I almost
Yeah,
said
1-0.
I almost said 1-0,
Match,
and
by
I
the way.
thought you guys were going to be a dick about it. It was 1-0 at half, and they scored 2 goals like in the last 15 minutes of the second half. And these guys were going ape shit, man. They had
Yeah.
a flag, everything.
Yes, very good, very good. With
Yeah.
them screaming and cheering like that.
Yeah. No, it would just worked out for me because of the money. Like you said, I don't think it's a poor thing necessarily, but it is an economical
Well,
thing.
I guess I'm just wondering, like, who would go to a hostel unless that was kind of the only choices they had?
Yeah.
It just seems like if you had the means, you would never go there. I mean, are there people with means that
So
that
is he
would
poor
hang out?
then?
Well, of course he's poor, but I mean, just in general, humanity. Like, I can't imagine Trav and his wife going on vacation.
Well,
I would not do well. there.
staying at a hostel.
They're also older
you know?
people. It tends to be a younger person's game.
And it's everybody
So-
is a different situation too. How long they're there. I mean, if you're
Right,
just going for
right.
one night, or you're traveling from place to place to place, it's
And I would say,
it
Mike,
adds up.
when you talk about poor, I think poor is a different status. Like, I'm different. I'm like 38. But poor is different to me if you're a 22-year-old
100%.
traveling. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, you at 22, you wouldn't have said you're poor. You just said, I'm a young kind of broke, dumb
Yeah.
idiot kid.
Yeah.
And so that's what most of them are. You know what I mean? So, like, to me, like, at my age, then you can say, yes, dude, you're fucking kind of poor.
Yeah.
But if you're like a 22-year-old, you got 2 of your buddies from England and you want to see the States, I don't know if I consider that poor.
Yeah, no, I guess that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's like I
I wouldn't even know where to find one. Like, did you just Google
I
hostel?
found the reason I
Hostels.com.
Hostels, yeah.
I wasn't gonna do this because on the first leg I had my buddies, and with my buddies a hostel would not have actually been that beneficial because you have to pay, I had to pay for
all
each
three
3
would have
beds,
paid,
and then by then you might as well get a hotel. But my brother had done a bunch of travel overseas, and he was like, "You should try it, dude. I know you're a little older, but it saves some money. You're probably not gonna want to do this another time in your life." And so there's a hostelworld.com that you can look up where hostels are at.
There you go.
So, and the weird thing about them is
Wherepoorpeoplesleep.com.
all right. But like much like a hotel, I mean, kind of like a hotel, but not. They're literally all different. Like I would say hotels. Yes, hotels can kind of be like, oh, the breakfast might be a little different, but basically, if you're going to a Hampton Inn or a Holiday Inn Express, what you're going to get. And here it's like they'll tell you like, oh, we have a kitchen. But like you don't know. Everyone I went to that was completely different with how much they like offered you, right? Like some of them had one in Boston had really nice ovens and toaster things where you could toast bread on and stuff like that. And like the last one I did in Portland, Maine was basic as fuck. Like it had a microwave, it had a stove, but it didn't have like all the amenities, and you were just a small little kitchen.
And you got to bring your own stuff, right?
You do have to bring your own stuff, correct?
Yeah.
Real quick, by the way, typical me thing. On the last hostel I stayed at, which is Portland, Maine, it was the only one of the 4 that weren't open. Like, there wasn't a person there 24/7. Like, the rest of them did actually have someone at the front desk was there if you needed something. This one, they're like, no, dude, 8 o'clock to 7:30 in the morning, you're kind of on your own. You know what I mean? You have a code to get in and everything, but whatever. And so
Sounds like how people get killed.
Yeah.
Right. There's I had nobody in my, having said that, I had nobody in my room. I had 6 beds in my room, and no one was there. It's just me.
Just push them all together and make one giant bed.
Right.
Jumping from bed to bed to bed.
Right. Totally. I made the joke that, fucking even me, I'm such a recluse or such a terrible person that even at a hostel I can't get roommates. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, oh, fuck. They walked in like, no, I'm good. Yeah. But anyway, there's no one there. And so I really wanted to leave early that day. Like, my plan was to leave literally like between 6:30 and 7 because I wanted to travel 2 hours to get free breakfast at a hotel or whatever. And you had to
great move.
You had to take out your sheets. At this one, you're supposed to take your sheets and your pillows and all that and place them in a thing in the hallway or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I go to do it, and I'm just like, the minute I walk out of the door, I'm like, fuck, I forgot my key card, which is in my wallet.
Yeah, that's a problem.
And there's no one in the room, so I can't knock on the room. So now it sucks that there's no one in the room.
Yeah.
And
Did you break into your own hostel?
my phone and wallet are both lying on my bed. So I walk down to the fucking lobby, hoping that maybe for some reason it's late. And it's like they open at 7:30. It's like 6:05. I'm like, maybe they show up early and start doing bookkeeping or something.
Sure.
They're in the back getting things ready.
Right. And no one's fucking there. And I don't even have my wallet, so it's not like I could go to a Dunkin' or something and chill a little bit. And it's like 6:10 in the morning, dude. And I'm just like, this is the most Eric thing ever, dude.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it is.
Like, even if there had been one roommate, it would have bugged him.
Yeah.
But I could have knocked on the door, and what does it matter? I'm not going to see him again.
Right.
Yeah.
And it would have sucked. I wouldn't have liked to wake him up, but I could have been like, dude, I'm so sorry. I left my, whatever.
Fuck off.
But it's just like, that fucking sucks,
Yeah.
man. I'm just sitting here now in the lobby.
And yet, how long do you have to sit there for? Like an hour and a half?
Like about an hour, a little more than an hour. I finally rummaged through their office desk, and they did have a TV in the lobby, but it had never been on. And finally, a little bit in, I'm like, maybe there's a remote here somewhere. So I did get Netflix on eventually, but it's just like that's the thing though that you wouldn't have to deal with at a hotel.
Yeah. It looked like you had a lot of fun, dude. I saw you. I think you did a tour of Fenway.
Oh, that was dope. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Another thing about this, trip that I've really realized is it's fun to go to games. And luckily I've been to games at Fenway and Wrigley too and stuff. But like when you can take a tour, you get to do the stuff that you wouldn't as a not rich person. Like I'm not going to get to walk up on the top of the monster. Those tickets are like $400 or $500 or some
Green
shit.
Monster.
Yeah. So like you get to go up there and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool.
How'd you get the Bills game?
Oh my
Sweet,
God.
no less.
Just fucking lucky.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Friend of a friend. My buddy that I was, longtime buddy that I was staying with, let me crash on his couch for a few days, which is awesome considering he had a wife and 3 kids, but he still had a nice basement set up. So, but he had a friend that's like, his company has a suite. And he's like, I have a ticket for him being his friend, and I have a ticket for you being my friend. He's like, we could try to sneak your buddy in there and just see what happens. And so I was kind of at the point where
You can always sneak an extra buddy into a suite.
Yeah. Well, we did have to go through 2 lines of defense, but like, yeah, we did kind of have to like a little bit, kind of all sit together and then just kind of scam in there. But yeah, that was fucking awesome. That was fucking cool.
That'd be a fun play. You didn't jump through a table?
You know what, dude?
Any tailgating?
I didn't see any. We tailgated from like 9 a.m. onto the game. Here's what my buddy said about it, and I know whatever people think. My buddy said, like, to me, it's like at NASCAR. You can sit in the highest level and see the whole track, but you can still miss a crash if you're not looking in the right spot.
Yeah.
So he kind of said, like, it probably happens every game.
What?
But someone going through a table.
Oh, 100%.
But you have to be walking around at the like. He's like, dude, I go all the time, and I've seen a few. Like, you know what I mean? You have to be in the right
Don't they
place.
do the mustard or something?
Yeah,
too?
there's that Pinto guy or whatever.
Yeah, he
like,
gets just like they just spray.
Bill's Mafia is no joke, dude.
Yeah.
They are no fucking
I'd like
joke.
to do that tailgate. That was more of it.
I think
with a
Kansas
table.
City's the place to be. I hear their food and
Yep.
stuff is off the charts.
That's probably true.
I've
But
done
if you want
Royals. I was tailgate for a Royals game out there.
Oh, okay.
And that was legit.
Yeah.
I believe that's true. I believe that they probably party. I'm not saying they don't party. I'm
Milwaukee
sure the
was great,
food is
too.
amazing. Dude.
Yeah, Milwaukee would be a lot of brats and beers.
Well,
San Francisco's more of a wine and cheese crowd,
Yeah,
so it's
right.
kind of like, ugh,
No, but
whatever.
Who's got the tofu?
Yeah, it's kind of like that when we went to that Stanford game too. It's kind of everyone's got they're dressed to like Travis
Yeah.
Bully and
come on.
they all look like Trav.
Charcuterie trays and shit.
Jesus.
No, but the Bills to me are more like an adult college game.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But
Like,
isn't the mustard thing's real, right? Where there's
yeah.
one guy, and
Yeah.
there's like 10 guys with squeeze bottles of mustard. Maybe we can even find a
Like a
video of
mustard
it.
bukkake?
And just like a mustard bukkake, and it's just like blah, they just wail 'em.
Dude, they have-
and then people jumping through the tables. It's supposed to be
they
incredible.
have RV setups. I don't know how many they sell a year. I don't know if it's 50 or 100 or whatever. But my buddy was saying they have RV setups that people literally show up Friday night and camp the
Yeah.
weekend. It's not even just they show up.
That's like
8 a.m.
NASCAR for real.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
For sure. Anyway, that was dope. The one other thing I guess I would really get to, Dave,
Buffalo. It's all they got going on out there.
right.
Well, and by the way, fucking bunch of pussies, dude. They fucking no, seriously. I went up and did comedy, so I did Sunday, right, and then I did comedy Monday. I have not had an issue in this goddamn country. We're a fun-loving kind of sports ribbing joke to start off didn't like go well because most
Yeah.
people are like it just shows you kind of a connection, and usually I make fun of the Lions or something first or. To
Yeah.
kind of say like, hey, I'm not punching down, dude. I get it.
Yeah.
But like, I kind of did a few jokes about like, hey, I'm not actually from here. I'm from Michigan.
You didn't go wide left, did you?
What's that?
You wide left? The Norwood?
The
I don't
kicker
know,
that
boy.
missed the.
Yeah. They're,
Oh
they-
no! You're
He
right.
was wide right, though,
Bowls.
wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
He was wide right.
Was it right? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about, but I kind of just said, hey, I'm from Michigan. I'm not actually from here. I'm from Michigan. Probably from one of the 2 NFL cities that doesn't give a fuck. You lost 4 Super Bowls in a row and something like that.
Yeah.
And it was just dead fucking silent. I did.
Yeah, they don't take that well.
No, my buddy, but everybody, I've been to every other place, no one cares. They all kind of laugh. It's funny. I did New England stuff. They kind of, it's funny.
Yeah, but New England's got 7 rings or 6 rings.
I get it, but
Like
I'm a-
Buffalo's got none.
Right.
They
But I'm a
lost
Lions-
4 in a row.
But I'm a Lions fan who's had one playoff victory in 31 years.
I know, but they lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. They're
like
never getting over that.
statistically impossible.
Never.
Well, it makes,
Never getting over it. They're very sensitive
I
to
get
that.
it. I thought it's go, and then they did another one like nothing. And after my set,
What was the second joke you ate shit on?
what was it about? Oh, just watching. I think it was like watching the 30 for 30, and I was like, when I first watched that, I kind of was like, poor little Buffalo. That sucks. I actually feel bad for them. And I was like, no, fuck them. What 31 win, 31 playoff win, 31 years or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Fuck. And just done. And I will give them credit. I did stuff after that, and they did laugh after. So they didn't just
You won it
totally
back over?
They didn't totally hold it over me. But then the guy after me got up, and he was like dead serious. Like first minute and a half of his thing was just like, dude, you're looking for an ass whooping in this parking lot. What are you fucking doing? Like, read the fucking room, dude, and stuff. And I was just like, dude, I don't know. I'm familiar with losing. I wasn't trying to. I thought it was just kind
It's
of
comedy. Lighten up,
And
Francis.
fuck them
Come on.
anyways. Yeah, what are you doing at a comedy
We're
club?
at
You can't laugh at
And
a
they
Bills
all
joke?
were fans, by the way. They're
If I
all
was
talking-
good, I wouldn't be at an open mic. Fuck
Right.
off.
There was not a goddamn regular person at this open mic. There
They
was
were all
10
Bills
comics, all Bills fans, and I get it. But sports to me, mostly in sports, pain is the more prevalent thing than pleasure.
True.
You lose more than you win by far.
Yeah.
So usually you're able to kind of like
Commiserate
just be like,
together.
hey, I
Yeah.
get it. That's
Yeah.
funny. And everyone else has, by the way. Buffalo's the only fucking place that people were legit like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, that's the sore subject.
And whatever,
Yeah.
man.
That's a tough one for him.
And I got one more for you, Mike, if it's
What do
okay.
you got? Sure.
I had this goal. I think I remember mentioning it to you, but I really did have this goal of like, now I was by myself trying to pick up a hitchhiker. Because I just thought it'd be
Smart.
Just straight hitchhiker, not a woman, not a just
anybody
any
that's
hitchhiker?
looking for a ride.
Okay.
Somebody looking for a ride. I really thought it'd be cool to do because I've never done it. And, well, that's not actually technically true. I've picked up a few people with gas, but that's not the same thing. I've never been on the road.
So where were you?
On my way down to Maine. On my way down to Lower Maine, Portland, Maine, from Bar
Gas
Harbor.
or cash. Nobody rides for
And
free,
so I
right?
see a dude, legitimately old school, doing the thumb.
Oh, nice.
And I passed him, and I was like,
That's my
I want to do
That's
it.
my
This is
shot.
chance.
opportunity.
yeah,
This is
what,
my
you might absolutely not get another opportunity.
No, and I never did, by the way. So this
Yeah.
was the only chance I had of a legit person, not just a guy in the corner and wanting money.
Yeah.
Like a person saying he wants a ride.
Yeah.
So I passed him, and about a half mile after that, I stopped, I kind of okay, let's do this thing. And I had a shitload of stuff in my front seat, pulled it out.
Sweeperoo.
Yeah, I gave a sweeperoo to the
Yeah.
front seat.
Ah,
And my
yes.
plan
Can you
was...
imagine pulling up before you do it? Like, hey, you need a ride?
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'm all set.
Oh, no. If I had... I
With
wonder
0
what-
degrees, that's
pouring down
fine.
rain, yeah.
No, I'm not doing it.
And so my plan was to drive past him again, going the other way, and go a little slow, hoping that I could determine if I felt like he was crazy or not.
Get a better look at him. Yeah.
Well,
And-
he is hitchhiking, so.
And I still was kind of just like, and right up to the last minute before I stopped, I was not totally sure if I was going to stop. And I'm like, you know what? Just fucking do it. Just,
Guy or girl?
guy. And I actually ended up, luckily, I kind of put my camera. I have video of this, but it's like 5 minutes long. But like, I ended up putting my camera on my little dash thing and recording myself. So I have the whole interaction.
good.
On
Evidence
my Facebook
just in
page.
case.
Yeah.
Right. And so the
Did
thing
you let him know you were recording too?
No, I did not.
We have to check the two-party system.
I don't, his face doesn't ever appear in it, so I guess he can't.
Yeah.
He doesn't. No one knows who he is.
So how old is this person, and what does he look like?
I would imagine. You know what's funny? I was about to say he's old.
Nobody would know
But
if
like
he
I'm
disappeared.
38 now.
Yeah.
Like I'm guessing he's
Yeah,
in his
we're old.
40s, right?
Yeah.
40s, 50s would be my guess. And the thing was,
Hurts, doesn't it?
I went to stop, and I just wanted to like at least do some level of back and forth to decide if he was gonna.
Before he actually gets in the
when I s-
car.
right. And so when I stopped and I rolled down the window, he just starts opening the door.
Oh, shit,
And I'm just
yeah.
like, whoa! And I'll have to maybe I'll repost the video so if people want to see it, they can go to my Facebook.
Did
page
you
or
say
something,
that?
but-
Like, whoa, hold
yeah,
on.
no, 100%. I'm
Going
like,
through
whoa.
the interview process, sir.
Exactly. Hold on.
100%. I'm like, whoa, dude. How far are you going? Like, what? Let's just not just
Yeah.
assume. Can I do a little bit of interrogating here? Like, I'm just gonna pick you up, and he just starts, keeps opening the door, and eventually I get out of him that he's gonna go to the bank. He's like, I'm just going up to the bank. I'm like, and if you watch, like I'm
That
not
sounds like
referencing
the
it, but-
worst lie
Yeah,
ever.
it does. To what? Rob it?
Hitchhiking to your bank.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
doesn't add up right there.
I'm just hitchhiking to my bank to pull a few grand out for this evening.
It's like the guy that took the Uber to rob a bank and had the Uber wait for him to do the getaway car.
Hell yeah.
Well, and I'm
What could go wrong with that?
And like I said, I'll repost on my page if people want to see it. But like honestly, if you see it, it is interesting because you can see in my face like whether I'm kind of like okay, like you can see I'm trying
So
to make
what did
the
you ask
decision.
him, and what did he respond?
I asked him. I said, "You're not crazy, right? Like you're not crazy, right?"
No, of
That's
course
the
not.
problem with crazy. They don't know they're crazy.
And so finally, I just decide, fuck it, let's do it.
We're here.
Yeah.
We're getting
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And in the end, by the
So
way,
did he give good hand jobs?
Do it for the story.
in the end, dude, I don't know if this guy was walking 2 miles before this, and he just couldn't. He just kind of still trying because the bank was only like a 3/10 of a mile. Like it was a 2-minute drive.
Oh, that was it?
Right. So again, I don't know.
Red flag.
Why is there a 5-minute video?
Well, he forgot where his bank was. For one,
sure.
So
sure,
and there's
yeah.
a minute of it's almost me trying to decide if I'm letting him in the car or not.
Right.
And then he forgets where his bank is. And so we're driving around this parking lot, and he's like, I think it's over here. And I'm like, over there? And then we go to that bank. He's like, no, this isn't it. I'm like, okay. So where is
So yeah,
down
he
the
is
Stark
crazy
Alley.
then. Okay, good to know.
And I mean, who am I? I know people can say, who am I to judge hygiene? But I
Stinked. Did he
It
stink?
smelled so bad.
Yeah.
It smelled so, I had to for about 10 minutes
Like
afterwards.
what? Like he hadn't cleaned his clothes in a while, hadn't showered, maybe shit his pants or pissed his pants.
all of the above,
Fair.
I would
Yeah.
say. I would say that C, all of the above or whatever.
That's probably a
He's-
guy that's got 12 mil in the bank
Yeah,
too.
sure.
One of those
No,
eccentric fucking.
The best
weirdos.
part is in the reverse world, he's on a podcast right now describing the fucking guy that stunk to high heavens that
Right.
picked him
I mean,
up
yeah,
on
to be
camera.
fair, like if he had looked around my van was, because
He's on a YouTube video right now.
Yeah, right now.
See
It's
if
just that
anybody will
guy's
pick
face.
Me up.
I was
What
worried.
kind of person will pick this disaster up?
It was funny too because I was worried when I watched it back. I was worried if I posted it that people would think I looked like kind of an asshole, like I was like teasing him. But I've never picked up someone that I legitimate like. I've seen someone with a gas can before, and it's like like dude, they're just walking a mile or something. But not like this before. I was very fucking nervous. I wanted to do it, but I was fucking nervous to do it, and so I didn't know what to do. And
But you did it. Good for you.
And I did it. And
It's like this whole trip.
Was the conversation decent at least, or was it too?
a lot of mumbling,
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
of just like, "Where's your bang?"
Was he fat? Or was he skinny?
No, he was average.
weathered.
average
He'd been on the
shape.
road for a bit.
Yeah, eyes were
was
pretty
old.
fucking bloodshot.
Yeah,
stuff
he was
like
old.
that.
Almost, he was damn near 50.
That seems old to me now.
Yeah, I know. Fuck off.
God
I don't
damn
feel
I'm
it. Though.
so
Do you
sorry.
feel like it?
I'm-
Like, what age do you look at now and you're like, oh, that's old? You know what I mean? Like, do you feel your age? Really? Like, do you?
I
sit
do
there-
not
I
feel
still
my
feel
age.
like I'm 18.
That's what
And
I'm
I-
saying. Like,
It's
Yeah.
funny for me to think that I'm basically 50. And thinking back that when I was a kid, like 50
What 50
was
would have-
fucking
Ancient.
old as
Ancient,
shit, right?
yeah.
And thinking, oh my God, like, it's crazy.
No,
Well,
It
it's
doesn't
so
even
funny when you
compute.
look at old video of like, it's like a protest from the 50s or whatever. And you see people and you're like, that guy's got to be 80. And it's like, yeah, Professor Johnson is 32. And you're like, 32? That guy looks like 102. Mm-hmm. What the hell happened? Because I don't feel like we look that fucking old.
No.
Like some of those old videos you see people, you're like,
it's
that
all
guy's got to be
relative,
in
I
his
think.
70s.
well, there's
man.
that, and it's like I know this is so obvious, but as you grow up, you're watching yourself all the time. Like recently, when I said I met my friend there in Buffalo.
Yeah, but I look at Troy and he looks young to me still.
No, I
Troy
get-
looks young.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I also think again you're kind of seeing like to me like when you go somewhere like when I say to my buddies like I said in Buffalo, his mom also lives in the area, and I've known them since like the Kennedy days, so like since fourth grade, and I hadn't seen her in like 10 years. And it's not to be mean to her, but like you look at her like, oh crap, your mom looks old. And it's just because you haven't seen the process. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
It's like having a puppy, and you see it every day, and it grows, and you don't realize it as much, and then somebody that hasn't seen it in a while, because
Yeah.
like, oh my God, it's huge now. Like,
Yeah.
you just, it's all relative.
And like there was a time on this tour when I was on like some tour and they're like, oh, we have a birthday on board and Dan something is turning 40. I literally in my head was like 40. Damn, that's fucking
Oof,
old.
you poor
I'm a
bastard.
year
Shut
and
it down.
3 months from there. Like
Isn't that crazy? I met you. You were 26 or 25.
26, dude.
Yeah.
20. Holy shit, you're right. Like
Yeah.
you're fucking Drew and Mike days, dude.
Yeah.
20 fucking 6.
Yep. 26-year-old virgin, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Not to bring
well
up a sore
documented.
subject.
Wow.
but-
Great.
Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't mean anything by that, but I'm
Course
just
not,
trying to
course
give,
It needs to be said for the
Yeah,
facts.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and
You're a
you've gotten
reporter.
past that. You're not a virgin anymore.
That's
so there's
true.
No
I have had
shame in
sex
that at
since
all.
then.
Yeah. Not in the
Been a
last
rough, I
year.
was going to
but-
say, it's been a rough year, though. Hey.
Yeah, not the best as far as that goes.
So are you glad in the end, E, you took a year of your life? It
Yeah.
seemed like it took an eternity to get here. You've
Right.
been telling me about it for a couple of years.
Right.
And now it's over.
I know it's crazy.
It's done. Like you've been gone for a year.
Right. Spent all the, no, not that it matters, but spent a lot of fucking money that I could have had a normal person.
Yeah,
Like
but
before-
dude, all that would have gotten you was a hotel or an apartment for
I agree.
last
No,
year.
I agree.
Fucking cares.
I
You can
agree.
always
I'm just,
do that.
but I'm just saying, still, like,
I'd hold out. The parents are going to kick eventually. Just get the
no,
house.
well,
Yeah.
I haven't.
Brian's not going to want it. Your sister's not going to want it.
I
you're
haven't-
going to get the manor. You're going to fall ass
Well,
backwards into the manor.
As we've decided on this show, even when it comes to the money, I deserve more because I need it more.
Yeah,
So-
I'm with you.
Right?
I feel
So-
the same way when it comes to my brother and sister. Whatever my parents can leave, vast majority should go to me.
Right.
Because Kristen's fine, G's fine.
Right. That's how I feel about it.
It's selfish on
I
their
It's not
part.
how
need
that
it.
works, but yeah, cool.
It's
I need it
super
more.
selfish on their part if they take what probably should go to me.
Actually,
Sure.
for whatever, it's not like official.
Which in
official.
turn benefits all of us, Troy.
Yeah, well,
You know,
I guess
true.
I should talk to my sister, the doctor. When my father passed.
Exactly.
Should have negotiated that deal better, I think.
Yes, you should have. You needed me there. I'd have put
Well,
a leash in her place.
I mentioned
God
this
damn,
before.
she doesn't need the money.
This has been mentioned on the show before, by the way, but I have, a verbal contract between, Marcus and Lauren that if I take care of the Padres, I get their share of the house and the estate. That is
Yeah.
the verbal.
You are
contract.
here doing yeoman's work. I mean, you are doing the heavy
Yeah.
lifting here. They're
So
out
what
just
is that-
fucking around.
So you might have to start wiping your old man's asshole or your mom's, like
Yeah,
that kind of
that's
work.
going to come with it, I guess. at
Yeah,
some point,
dude.
But,
Well, yeah, you're gonna have to bathe them.
Right.
You're gonna have to, when your mom takes one of those big fucking frothy whizzes, you're gonna have to dampen that thing.
yeah.
I would
yeah.
get
know what I
very
mean?
clear instructions from them of when enough is enough.
I
Yeah.
would say this. You know what's weird that we don't.
But he gets the manor and all the.
Well, some
money.
people are trying to make it. Canada's trying to make it like this anyway. But my dad has been very clear since I've been a kid. My dad, dude, back to the Kevorkian days. My
Yeah.
dad used to tell
Yeah.
us, like, we'd go into to see his uncle in the home or some shit. He'd be like, dude, when I get to this point, fucking call Jack.
Yeah.
To get
Yeah.
him.
Damn
My
right.
dad told me shovel to the head. Let's go.
I'm with that all the way. There was a guy in Canada. I don't even know if we did the story.
We
but
didn't, but yeah, I saw it.
We had it.
Yeah.
And he was just kind of he was getting kicked out of that house or something, or he was homeless.
Yeah.
And he didn't have shit going on, and he was like, God, I'm trying to remember the details, but it was like, yeah,
They
I'd
wanted like
rather
some
just be-
assistance for the housing or something along those lines. Too.
Yeah.
He was getting evicted and
Yeah.
just wanted housing assistance, and they were like, best we can do is euthanasia.
Yeah, no, he suggested that. He was like, I don't want to.
Oh, no.
I don't want to live on the streets. I don't want to
Oh, there's
go
a
into a
different
shelter.
story. No, there was a different story where there was somebody like,
No, he chose that, and then they did a GoFundMe for him, raised $60,000,
This- I think this
and the
is-
guy was like, "Well, now that I got $60,000, I don't need to do that whole kill myself thing."
yeah, no, this was
by
a
the
different
state."
story. This is a different story to that, to where
Yeah.
that's what they were offered. Like that's not what they asked for, but that's what they were offered.
I think that's a fair offer.
Yeah, like
it's
okay,
a fair
well,
offer.
you know,
honestly,
apparently you're just going to be an anchor on the system. So how about we just go ahead and give you the euthanasia option? They're
Dude.
like, that's not the fuck I asked for. I asked for some help to pay my bills.
Right. I
Yeah,
like.
well,
I'm
if you can't
enjoying
pay
it
your
still.
bills, you're no longer a productive member of society.
Great
so
point. Very true.
Eat a dick and shut her down.
dude, if they went door to door and they were like, "Hi, sorry to bother you. We're from the health department. We're offering free euthanasias and
Today, right now,
Case-
today,
yeah,
already.
anyone in the,
If they went door to door, I wonder
if
how many they could get.
they would get me like once a week. I'll say
On a bad day.
6 days of the week. They'd never get me on a football Sunday, but during the off season on a Sunday afternoon,
Catch you
if
after
they
a
knocked
tough
on my door
Niners loss.
and it was like, I still haven't showered yet. I got to make food. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do this. I could totally be taught like once a week. The other 6 days I'd be fine, but once a week they could.
I like
they could
Troy's
go,
idea.
well,
like, how many people would?
Yeah, I
For
wonder what they
real,
could get
like,
if
dude,
they
like, you
really
walked
went on a
around-
fucking
In a
grassroots
neighborhood.
door-to-door campaign.
Okay,
Like, hey,
okay.
we're
We're
just
going on a
offering-
campaign to
let me
lower the
set the-
population.
Let me set this for you then. I think there's about 2,000 or 2,500 people in Franklin proper, right?
All
This
right.
is a small area. If they went door to door and hit 2,000 people, 2,500 people, honest to God, straight answer, we're offering free euthanizations now.
Yep.
Anyone up for it?
Here, I bet it was.
Do you think
Not
you get
Franklin.
4?
I don't.
you think you
I
get
don't. I don't
4
know
people?
that you. I don't know.
You're in a bad spot. You're in a place where people
Yes,
are
this is
probably
doing
happier
pretty
or as
well.
happy as they're
yes.
gonna.
Now, my
Yeah,
money
but there's a
doesn't
lot of really
equal-
old people, though. Keep in
Yeah.
mind, there's a lot of old people that fucking, my
Yeah.
grandpa, when he went, he was eating TV dinners and shit. He
See,
was,
I think the difference is hope. I think these people still have hope.
I don't know. I've been in some of their houses.
To get to that point, you have to have hope.
Yeah.
4, if you put the over/under at 4, I would take the under.
really?
Yeah.
Trav,
here,
what do you
here,
think?
But that's here. That's
Not
this
very many.
situation.
I agree with Troy.
Okay, so what if we were in Southfield,
Okay.
which is right down the road, and you
Sure.
went through that red building apartment complex place that's fucking cheap living. You all know what we're talking about,
Yeah.
right? Right off the freeway
I
there?
would say statistically it would be higher. Now, I don't think it's going to be an incredible amount, but statistically I would
There's
say
a
it would be
couple.
higher.
There's a couple in
Mostly
there.
people, and I know it's been a talk more and more lately about suicide, but most people tend to not. I mean, think about when you walk around and look at the homeless population, like when you're in some of these big cities, like they could probably kill themselves if they really wanted
See,
to.
I think this
but
is
they kinda
different, though.
don't.
Suicide's very, very serious.
Well, but
euthanasia, on the other hand, is a professional procedure.
See, here's
and
the-
I don't think there's anything
understand that,
wrong
but
with
most
taking them up on that
people
procedure.
Well, do you
tend
think
to
about
like
it?
it still. Like, they tend to still want to be here.
Yeah, see, but think about it. If you're one of those people that are like that are on the fence, that contemplate that are thinking about
if
it.
you're-
And somebody comes in and offers it, like, I don't have to do it. Like, there's no
Yeah.
mess. Like, I don't have to figure out how to tie a knot. Like, none of
Yeah,
that.
I don't have to go buy a gun, nothing.
Right? No.
I just-
Okay. All right. Sure. Yeah, I've been kicking the idea around for a little while.
Yeah,
I,
Kicking
yeah.
the idea around for a little
Yeah.
while.
yeah.
toying with
you know
it,
what?
sure.
Okay. Yeah. I'll take you up
Yeah.
on it. So it's not just old people that like.
You know what I'd
don't
equate it
shit
to?
themselves.
I would equate it to this. If you've got a heroin problem, everyone goes, ugh, Jesus, what are you fucking doing heroin? If you're doing oxys, though, prescribed by a doctor, it seems more legit. It seems more on the up and up.
Yeah.
It's the same buzz.
Absolutely.
It's the same high. It's the same fucking withdrawal.
Yeah.
It's legalized heroin, but doing it through a doctor seems like, so that's kind of the euthanasia versus suicide thing,
Yeah,
where it's like,
that's true.
No, don't lay this suicide thing on me and my family
Jack
and
was onto
friends.
something.
What's it? Yeah, Jack.
Oh, he was
definitely
way
onto
ahead of his
something.
time. Absolute
Yeah.
fucking genius. Yeah, and the fact that he was prosecuted for that is tragic.
Yeah.
What is the
Really is.
reasoning for it? I don't understand.
Well, you're not allowed to kill people. E.
Yeah, well,
but
exactly.
if they're asking you to do it,
I know, that's the
don't
weird
understand.
loophole
I
of
don't
it.
understand why suicide's illegal.
That's how Feiger
Right.
became Feiger.
Why is it illegal?
It's murder.
Of yourself?
You're killing someone.
Yeah, I don't know why it's technically illegal. And what are they going to do? Arrest you? You'd be a real dick. to
Has
take someone
anybody
that committed-
survived a
that tried-
suicide and been charged with
Yeah,
attempted
all
murder?
right, you're coming downtown. Enough of these
What if
shenanigans.
they
Yeah.
put them into trial?
Yeah.
Like a jury trial?
Attempted murder.
Versus yourself?
Yeah.
It's
Right? I refuse to press charges, Your Honor.
Yeah,
on myself.
can't plead the fifth. Oh, that's yeah.
Can you imagine that trial? Like you're on the stand and there's like a jury and they're
Yeah.
isn't it true,
Cross-examine
sir,
yourself.
that you did try to commit suicide to Eric Fady, but I'm Eric Fady. Exactly.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a
Are you-
complicated situation for
Yeah,
sure.
it is. No, there's definite. Look, if you look at it in those Kevorkian days, it seemed like that was such a taboo. There still is such a taboo. Let's be honest.
Oh, no
And
question.
We know plenty of people personally that have gone through this. We've had listeners go through this, so this is a very sensitive subject for a
Yet
lot
the
of
Canadian
people.
government is offering the same setup now.
Right. Right.
So he was not wrong.
Well, if you
No.
believe the Canadian government's doing the right
But
thing.
Well, no,
but
but-
I think as I get older, because when you're young, everything's in front of you.
Yeah.
Right. Everything's in front of you. When you get older, and it's like the thoughts that I have in my head now are like, why am I hanging on to any of this shit? Why don't I throw everything in the garbage? Like, what does it matter that I have this autographed poster from fucking Pearl Jam? Or why does it matter that I have an autographed Steve Eiserman jersey? Who gives a fuck? Like, all of that stuff was part of my stuff, and it's like, oh, one day I'll have kids, and one day my kids will take, and it's like, no, you never had kids. Now you've just got faded memories. Like, these are garbage. Throw them away. So as you get older, it's like, what is the point to any of this? So I can see how it's there's not many more years that need to go by before I'd be like, yeah, I'm moving to Canada just to
Purge.
take them up on that free fucking, youth and
Well, I don't
offer.
ever want to get to the point where I'm an anchor. I don't want people having to wipe my ass. If I'm not self-sufficient, shut it down.
Yeah.
That's I.
And when you
100%
get there,
different.
when you get to that point, T,
Yeah.
you're getting slapped by the nurses too. You
Right.
shit your pants in
Yeah.
a wheelchair, and they got to clean you up.
Yeah. The
She's
problem is-
definitely elbowing you in the fucking temple.
The problem is there's too much money in that end of life shit. They
Yeah.
have to suck every last penny out of you.
And is that the real reason that's illegal? Would be my. almost
I
in a
mean,
way.
there's
like
I'm on some level, yes.
Should you be given choices? Because I think if you were given options and it was like, oh, I'm going to take the heroin one. I've never done that. I've always wanted to try it. I'm going to shoot up with heroin to death. And they're like, okay, yeah, you can do that. That's part of the plan. That's program 8.
What is it?
The heroin
what's
one.
What's the morphine? Is that what they dope you up on at the end for in hospice? Is it
Probably.
Is it morphine where they
Dilaudid,
just
morphine,
fucking
all of
jack you
those.
up until you just shut it down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's all types of things they can
Yeah,
do
it's pretty standard.
to keep
I
you
mean, like,
comfortable.
no, the hospice is like.
But I mean, if you want to go out in a blaze of glory, like I'm
Yeah.
going to do a bunch of shots, 18 lines of coke, and then I'm going to shoot up heroin until I never wake up again.
Sure.
Like that should be a package they offer.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Well, true, exactly. And
I mean, it
hey,
should.
I bet you we're gonna get there.
Probably.
You can pick the 24-hour package, the 72-hour package. There's going to be
24-hour
options.
package.
There's going to be options of like what you want to do. Like at
Now,
the
would
end
it
of this,
be-
we all know how this is going to end. But
Yeah.
how much you have to spend? I can pay $1 million to have people wipe my ass for the last 10 years of my life.
Yeah.
Or I could put that money to a pretty good fucking week.
Party.
Yep.
Yeah.
And at the end
But
of it,
is that a hard out though?
Now with this,
Do they
package,
hold on?
Yeah.
Because this is very, very critical here. If you buy the 24-hour package,
Yeah.
right? You
Well,
didn't
that's the
go
deal.
with
You're
a
signing
72-hour
up.
party.
It's over.
At 24 hours, do they
it's
go,
over. Yep.
dude, your party's
Done.
up? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you've had in your system over
Yeah.
the years that we're not able to kill you with these horse drugs.
Well, it's not even. I mean, it shouldn't. It's not even that has to kill you.
Yeah.
It's let's talk about the blaze of glory of going out. Like I don't need it to be like a lethal dose. I just want it to go out as a fucking party.
Well,
and
Right, you
that's
know what I
where-
mean? Like if I'm going to put that money towards something, like hookers blow fucking whatever, on
but
an
can't
island,
you-
whatever.
can't
you
And
do
then
that
at
on
the
your
end of
own?
it, shut it down. Fine.
Can't you just take out a credit card, have a $20,000 limit, and then blow the lines out
mean,
on
you
your own?
could,
why,
I guess.
Why do you need to be in a hospital setting?
Well, I think-
Well,
Well,
the reason you do that is that credit card is actually going to that debt will go onto your family. This
no, it won't.
No, it doesn't.
doesn't go onto your
Fuck
family.
no.
Oh, that's good enough.
No, run
You
your
got like
cards
6 credit
up.
cards. So.
If you're going out in a blaze of glory, run your cards up.
Really?
Run them up. Yeah.
Yep. If you do it, as long as you do it right, yeah.
how,
Yeah.
how do you have to do it right that your credit cards don't go onto your
Because
family?
it's not their debt.
Interesting.
Yeah.
For real thought. Like, what if it's a husband and wife though?
That may be
Maybe,
a different story.
Maybe, but
That-
you're never going to have either of those. So
Yeah, and even
husband
that you
or a
can
wife.
separate stuff.
Can't even get a gay guy.
Yeah,
No, but
yeah. You never have kids
starting-
anyway, so what the fuck are we talking
You were
about?
starting to answer it, Troy. That'd be my question in the packages. Like, now you get to the point where you have these incredible death packages where like, oh, well, for this amount of money, we can private jet you to Vegas. You'll be doing heroin on the
Yeah.
way. And
Yes.
And at
hookers,
23
damn, great
hours,
idea.
45 minutes, we're gonna go skydiving without a parachute.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
know what I mean?
there you go. There
Right.
you go.
That's
The endings,
fucking
like, and you know it.
perfect.
You just know when you come
You know
off the
it
plane.
exactly.
You paid for it. This is it.
And then you get
Yeah.
cold feet, and they're like, "Too bad, you signed."
Well,
So he's
you-
like, I'll take the heroin and coke package ending with a splat. Can I do that one?
Right? There's
Does
a
that
million
cost
options.
extra
You
for
could
the
do
splat?
Hey,
Troy.
look into this. This got
Troy,
legs.
you could
You
do
know what?
We gotta do it in
But they're
Canada,
already
but let's go.
they're already doing that essentially. When you go in, they fucking rape you when you go in and you're in your worst depressive
yeah.
state because a loved one just passed away, and now they're trying to upcharge you on the kiss casket. And you're like, I don't need the fucking $4,000 kiss casket.
Yeah.
That you're trying to upsell.
and they're
me.
like,
well, I thought this was a loved one.
Hey, yeah.
I guess
Oh,
not.
okay,
I
well,
guess this was a liked one we're burying.
okay,
today.
money is more important than your
yeah.
dead father. I've got it. Noted.
No,
Okay.
eternal rest is
No,
not
no,
that
let's
important to
go.
you. I get
Yeah,
it. Eternal
that's-
rest is
that's
one
fine.
thing for some. It's
Yep.
not important to you.
Yep. Okay. Well, let's get rid of the.
Hey, Troy, just
songs.
real quick. You're talking about different ways. I was thinking about trying to think of different like airplane. Obviously, great idea. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're not going to just jump out with a. And you had the splat package. You could have freaking if you like auto racing. I feel like you could have the Dale Earnhardt package. Just take a fucking car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just
and
take a
drive
regular
it
wall.
into a fucking
Exactly.
wall. Like,
And however much money you have are the options you have.
Right.
And even better would be if you didn't know, like you sign up for all these things. Like remember the movie The Game? It was just this weird fucking crazy shit that was going on, but you didn't know what was real and what wasn't, right?
Gotcha.
Like, there was
I know what you're
so
going with
like
this
you
stuff.
do all this stuff, but you never know. Like when you're going
When it's gonna
skydiving,
happen.
you don't know that. Fuck, this one's it.
Yeah,
you're gonna go. You're gonna go racing around the track. Didn't hit
well,
the
see,
wall.
what about this? See, to me, that's what you would do is the cheaper ones, you have to just pick. You have to like say, unfortunately, I know it's going to be a plane. But if you pay a little more, like it could be one of these three, and you don't know when it's going to be. Like either you jump off the plane and like, oh, you have a parachute, you're lucky.
Yeah.
But now you have the fucking car, you're like brakes are cut.
Yeah,
That-
right. I mean, it's
Well,
the money that it
what
costs.
would you be paying for? Would you be paying for pain free?
It-
Like, would that be an
listen,
upcharge?
It depends on what the options are.
Absolutely
Depends
pain-free?
on there's plenty of options available.
Yeah.
However you want. You might want the pain.
Yeah, I don't.
If you get to this
I don't
point,
think-
You might, I want to eat a bullet, but I don't have the balls to do it myself. So I need somebody to come up and put it in my face. And
I'd
pull
go
the
with the
trigger.
Kim Jong Un, dude, and I'd go with the fucking
The
surface-to-air
RPG.
missiles.
Yeah, whatever.
Surface-to-air
Yeah,
missile.
surface-
Yeah.
I mean, I still want to know if do you see the muzzle flash before you
Yeah.
liquefy? I don't know.
You know, the thing
But
is, though, you're
I'd
still
love
doing.
to find that out.
There's lots of options,
You're
and
still,
you can pick it.
You're still doing class warfare here, because now you're going to have people that want to kill themselves but are depressed that they can't pay for the splat option.
Well, you
Right.
can
So
still
they're
do the
just
free
like-
jump off a bridge.
Yeah,
option.
that's totally
the
free.
jump
That's
off a
not the
bridge
cool
option
thing.
exists.
Well,
Well,
not
listen,
cool.
get a job. What do you want me to tell you?
Work a little harder, and then you can get a cool death
Life is
package.
not fair. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
People start having to work
There's
harder.
always
going to
be the haves and the have-nots.
Right.
E. If you want a painless, fun death, you're going to have to fucking pony up.
You're going out anyway. Go rob a bank.
Yeah. Right?
That is the thing. Why don't more people want to do that? I'm not kidding. You're right.
I'm totally serious.
No,
This
I'm
is
saying,
totally serious.
Why don't more people do something like that? Like, if you're gonna be like, I'm gonna do this tonight anyway.
Yeah.
Go, like you said, go to fucking a bank, rob it. Go in the border with fucking, bombs attached to you or some shit, and just like,
Yeah. No, you know what I would never do is suicide by cop, though.
No, no.
No,
Well, what
fucking
I
up too many other,
describe is,
and I
yeah,
would
yeah,
never.
yeah.
It's funny, even the thoughts of the swerving into traffic kind of thing.
Yeah.
I would never do that because
wanna
I would
affect someone
never want to
else, yeah.
affect somebody else.
Yeah,
you know,
you would, too.
which is ironic because I'd affect everybody that I know, but
Nah,
not
we'd
hurt
get over
somebody
it. We'd be
or.
okay.
But I
We'd
would
be
never
all right.
want somebody else to feel at fault.
Yeah.
For my death.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would never do. I mean, fine, hit a tree, run into a bridge, run off a
having
cliff,
said
whatever,
that-
but not include somebody else.
in these ways that we would be paying for these people to do that. That'd be a rough job. Because
That's a business. Hey, listen, you take cold-blooded motherfucker to put that shit together,
Right.
And I'm up for the task.
Because I, in reality, I kind of believe in like karma and stuff like that. And you can, if you're, even though they're kind of asking for it, it'd still
Hey, you're
be like,
fulfilling somebody's wishes. You could say that's playing God right there, man. That's not
right.
So go back. Was Jack a bad person?
No,
I don't think so.
I
He
think
was
he
trying to
was-
help a
he
wounded
was doing the right
part of
thing.
society. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's listen.
Would
if
it
you
be
want
inappropriate, by the way, to like, dude, you're not going to believe what I got you for Christmas this year.
Yeah.
It's not paid off yet. It's not totally paid off.
Like prepaying the plot of the funeral. And
Troy, I look at you, and I know this is going to go south at some time in the next 20 years. And so, just like paying for a kid's college in the
Here,
future,
yeah.
it's like, dude, I put $2,000 down on. It's going to cost you another $8,000, but
Yeah. You're there.
a good portion of the way there.
start paying
already.
into
Savings
it.
bond, basically.
Yeah, savings bond, exactly.
When this fully matures, you're going to be all set.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm
can go
still-
full splat option when this thing's. If you make it 10 years, you can go full splat.
5
option.
more
Splat,
payments
yeah.
and my death's coming. Like, what about that last payment? You're like,
Yeah.
okay.
Boy.
I
Yeah,
already
no
paid
backing out
8,000,
now.
so-
Because
Could you
there's no
imagine
refunds on that. There's no
Defaulting on that,
Yeah.
your check bounces, so you don't. Just kidding, asshole. Here's your parachute.
Oh, that's
Let
so
me know when
bad.
the check clears.
Oh, that's so bad.
Come back when you have money, so we can kill you.
How did we get here, by the way?
I
this
don't
is
know.
This is as dark an episode as
I
we've probably
don't
ever
think
done.
so.
You somehow were talking about the fact that my trip was ending, and it turned into how we could kill ourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't,
It seems reasonable.
yeah. Oh,
I
you
don't
get in the
know why.
manor.
What? Oh, the
yeah, you get
manor.
the
Right,
manor.
right.
That's
Which,
right.
by the way, I think for whatever it's worth, I haven't made it officially yet, and I haven't told. I didn't want to do this to my mom so quickly after coming back
breaking
from the
news.
trip.
Franny
But
Fran.
I think I'm gonna move in with my buddy Chubbs.
What?
Oh.
In the next month or so. Month. I'm gonna
How
give
much
it
money you got left?
not much, unfortunately,
Yeah.
but which I'm happy enough, dude. I am happy enough. I'm coming back with this.
Why don't you
know
just
what?
move
I'll tell you,
Chubbs
I have
into the basement?
$450 is what I have left. What's up?
Why don't you move Chubbs into the basement? You guys can both save money.
Yeah.
He already owns a house though, so. But no, I really thought even into the summer. I would say I thought I was going to come back with between. I kept looking at numbers. I thought $1,000 and $2,000 in debt is what I thought I was going to have
Yeah.
on credit cards, and luckily I got lots of donations
you
and it
cut the
worked.
dead weight. You didn't have to pay for the other guys.
That I tightened up a
Way more efficient second half of the trip.
yeah, way more.
Yeah, I missed them a lot too, though, dude. To be honest,
Oh,
with you
you don't have to play this game.
I know
they already hate me. Who cares?
No, I 100% do though. I did miss not
As
having
you were sitting
people
there by
with me.
yourself drinking beers. At
Right,
the
no,
bar.
I missed
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
people with me, and I would have told them to keep doing it. I wish they would have. I think we had a kind of a cool thing going there. I wish they would have kept going. That's another talk. But I thought I was going to be in debt. I have $450 is what I got.
Attaboy,
But I
way to
got-
come out ahead.
But I got about, my car payments coming up and stuff like that. But so I'm going to give myself
I
a
thought your
month.
car was paid off.
Well, no, insurance still comes up again,
Oh.
and shit like that. So,
Every month, yeah.
right, so.
It's hardly a
Well, no,
car
I-
payment, but
well-
okay.
No, but I pay mine.
You have insurance on that piece of shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's
got-
$7.
What is
You
it?
have to.
What do you have? PLPD on there?
Yeah, of course.
You have two cars.
The
You have
van
a
has
van and a car.
The
right?
van
Yeah.
has real
It's a
insurance on
fleet.
it, though. The
Yeah.
van has real insurance. And the other thing is I don't pay it by the month. I pay it one payment every fucking 6 months or
Oh,
whatever.
boy.
Yeah.
All right,
So I
here's
save
40.
money because they save money that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my point is, I'm gonna give myself, I think, till January because I want to like get that paid and just have a little bit of money. But I think at the end of January, I'm gonna move in with Buddy Chubbs. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Breaking news.
Right.
I hope your mom's not
I
listening.
hope so too.
Hey.
But I haven't told her yet.
Speaking of that, the holidays are here, and our friends at Zott Ford and DealsInTheD.com have the perfect gift for you and all the loved ones on your list. Not only do they have a healthy selection of new vehicles in stock ready to go home with you today, but they also have holiday cash, making these deals the best of the year. But as Santa knows, Zott's jolly inventory is not going to last long, so the sooner you get there, the better your selection. And when the holidays are gone, so is the once-a-year holiday cash. But if you decide to custom order a new Ford instead of driving one off the lot, you're going to lock in holiday cash plus $1,000 plus 3.9% financing. So go see Santa's Little Elves at Zott Ford and Holly, where they make buying and leasing simple, fun, fast, and easy, and get the gift that keeps on giving, that sweet new Ford. Get details and surf their jolly inventory at dealsinthed.com and tell them TDC sent you.
Very good. Now we've usurped an hour of the show and haven't
sorry.
done. No, it's good. It's good. But it's always hard to like transition into like
Real stuff.
real stuff. Like what's going
What's
on
going on in the world today?
What's going on in the world? Now that we've covered suicide and fucking euthanasia.
By the way, Mike, real quick.
That's a conversation that's long overdue.
This has nothing to do with that, but I have no one else to talk to about this stuff because I don't really like to talk
Usurp away.
politics kind of stuff generally or whatever. But
Yeah.
I was listening to some NPR the other day.
Attaboy.
And I wish NPR, was a reliable place to listen to.
I
It'd
know.
be really
Yeah, it
nice
used
if
to be.
we could have
Believe it or not, it used to be.
What do you mean?
like in the sense that like literally even I said to my dad, even CNN pretends to usually have kind of like a moderate Republican kind of give like, well, blah, and then they hit him or
Do
whatever.
they really?
Don't they? I assume.
Well, they used to. I don't know that they still
Okay, well,
do.
I assume that they do because I don't really watch it. I assume they usually kind of have a guy on there, and usually they rip him or he's like a real liberal Republican, whatever. But NPR doesn't even fucking pretend to do that.
they don't even hide it. Yeah.
And they were interviewing some girl, I think, that wrote a book about the Biden's the Hunter stuff, right? And she
They
was
were interviewing the woman who wrote "Laptop from Hell," Miranda Devine.
maybe
Sounds
I
about
mean,
It was-
I can't imagine NPR would have Miranda Devine on.
It might have been a different book. I don't know the situation.
She's the woman who works for the New York Post who broke that story that got.
Okay, then maybe they were. I'm
I mean,
not.
she wrote the book, so
Or they
I
were
don't know.
talking to someone about the book. I kind of came in halfway. But my main point where I was going to get to is whether it was the author or whether it was a person.
Irrelevant.
Yeah. So she's like, looking at it now and stuff like, yes, it appears that this stuff is probably true and it's and blah blah blah. And she's going on this stuff and then she goes, but this is a president's family member and. Yes, these things are true, but should we even be looking into them? Should we even be asking questions about this? Because it's and I told my dad, dude, I swear to God, if I could have fucking paid on my credit card $500 to be a call-in right then, and not even say, like, not even yell at her, just go like, look I agree with you. I understand public figures. We don't need to be necessarily going after their grandchildren or this or that. Would you have said that about Trump?
Yeah.
Would you have said
The
this
answer
same?
is a resounding. Well, she would have lied to you.
loud and clear.
They would have lied to you and said, "Well, yeah, obviously the family's off limits. We always believe that."
I couldn't fuck. I don't try to
Yeah,
get
they're
like that much
pathetic.
anymore.
They're not even
but
trying
right,
anymore.
and it was like I was
They're
just like,
not.
are you? I don't usually yell at the non-sports phone radio and stuff like that, but I was like, are you fucking fake? You
Yeah.
liar!
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
liar!
Yeah, they're
Welcome to
they're
my world.
pathetic.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get some
NPR.
giggles out of NPR.
Yeah,
He gets a text
I
like twice
enjoy
a
it
week.
sometimes
You know
too,
what these
still.
motherfuckers said?
Yeah.
yeah. I sent Jenny Fedorovich one. This is going back probably a year and a half ago even. Jenny Feder. I sent Jenny a clip from Jimmy Dore, and it might have been Ukraine related early on because he was quick on the. Ukraine's the most corrupt government in all of Europe. It's filled with Nazis.
That's still going on.
Like, yeah. So anyway, I sent her this clip and I'm like, will you just watch this and explain it? Well, in the front of that, he was talking about what a total piece of shit NPR is and how this is national public radio state. This is no different than state media. It's 100% bullshit. It's all, and she was just like, she was like blown off her socks. Like, how could anybody say anything bad about NPR?
Yeah, right.
So she
With her
bailed.
PBS
She
affiliations.
bailed. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
exactly.
Right? Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
She couldn't do it.
Abort,
And I
abort.
was like, well, you could have just gotten past the first few minutes. That's not the point of me saying that to you.
And again, that's
But I was like,
that's,
nope, can't get it.
Speaks
Can't get
volumes
past it.
that you couldn't even listen to it.
Yeah.
Like, no. Like, well,
Yeah.
maybe actually listen to it.
Well,
You don't have to agree with it.
Yeah.
You don't have to believe it.
And I was being
But-
an honest negotiator too. I wanted to know,
But maybe
like,
listen to what they have
hey-
to say and not just automatically dismiss it as bullshit.
Right.
You know, there may be something, maybe not.
Yeah.
But let's at least hear them
well,
out.
here's someone who's done more research than me, and if I'm someone that's interviewing you, I want to get both sides to this, and this dude I trust, and I trust you. So here we find ourselves.
Right.
Will you watch this clip? Because I don't know Jimmy Dore, so it's not like I can go, here's what Jenny Fenner said. What do you think, Jim?
Yeah.
You know, but I could do that with her and go, here's what Jimmy Dore thinks, and I think it sounds reasonable. It sounds well researched. It sounds like he knows what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
it sounds factually based. Sounds like there's some evidence behind what he's saying. Which
Doesn't
generally,
sound like an agenda.
Yeah.
Was the response? I mean, that
He shit all over NPR first off, and so she
and-
never listened to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Never even
yeah.
got to that part.
And I know she's very busy. She's got enough on her plate, and
Yeah.
so I get that too. But yeah, it was just
I had to,
I would love. I know I already said it. I really would though. I listen once in a while, and I sometimes there's stuff that luckily is not politics. That's still interesting.
yeah, very little, but yeah.
But it'd be nice if there really was a platform that actually wasn't CNN or Fox News.
yeah. Every
And
time they
it's-
try that, it fails miserably.
I know.
People like getting ginned up. They just do.
I know.
It sucks. Everybody says they don't want the division. Everybody says they want the rainbows and sunshine.
They
but
want the clicks.
That's not what
they want the
listen
clicks.
to.
That's what it really boils
Yeah.
down to. I had an
Yeah.
epiphany when we were celebrating a good friend's birthday the other day, and we hung out with some fun guys, and was doing some deep thinking.
Sure.
And I realized that we don't know
The amount of
anything.
shooting stars that we're seeing that night.
It was amazing.
Just
it was
like
really
every time
beautiful.
you turned your head, there was
Yeah.
another one. It was wild.
But it was that that we don't
He's
know
so confused
anything
right now.
I know.
Sorry.
That there's very little that any of us know 100% for a fact.
Yeah.
Everything that we know or believe or think is because someone has told us.
Yeah.
Someone has told us. I mean, whether it's factual or not, you don't
Someone
know
has
that
told
for
you.
sure.
Does that,
Somebody
do you,
has
does
told
that count if you read a book? Does that count as someone telling you?
Yes.
Okay.
Think about it. I mean, if you really think about it and break it down,
Yeah,
everything that we know, think, or believe is because someone told us. Now, there's a few things that
Dude,
you know
think about-
that you could have done that you know 100% for yourself. If you light a match and you put it to that piece of paper, that's going to light on fire. You know that for a fact.
Yeah.
That somebody can
tried
tell
and
you that
tested.
because you've done that.
Yeah.
Other than that, you haven't experienced that much. Everything is what somebody's told you or an interpretation
even
of
Did you guys have extra mushrooms on your pizza?
we did.
Yeah. Extra. Yeah, it was great. But it was really
is
fucking.
profound.
It was a great thought. It really was, man. It was kind of disheartening in a way.
And you take it even further than that, to your point, which is, oh, now I forgot what I was going to say. I was more concerned about that. No, when we both have a shared experience, we were both there for it, right? Whether it was a night of partying with friends, and then we go to retell the story months or years later.
Yeah.
And how often do we go, no, dude, that's not, no.
That's not how it
That's
right.
not what. That's not who was there. So and so was there, not so and so.
Exactly.
And you get into an argument about it. It's like
So even with that-
our lived experience, it doesn't align.
Exactly.
And you could be 100% certain about.
Yep.
it.
Right. And I mean,
Yeah.
so
Well,
even-
memory's a load of crap for the most part.
Yeah, but
I
it's
mean-
just the fact. I mean, that there's nothing that we see or experience at all that is not intentional. That's not deliberate. That's not because someone wants us to see it or
Right.
hear it or read it or know it. It's just the facts. I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's true.
Yeah.
There's nothing that we in our entire lives in existence, aside from a very few things, the scientists that do their own experiments, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's 100%, but for the vast majority, especially of most people, everything that you get is secondhand.
Yeah.
And that's just
Well, that's why having a more well-rounded, like not just reading one headline,
Sure.
and trying to go, okay, what's the other side saying about this? Because you can usually get a fairly good idea
Yep.
about.
But
I've
even
found
that
it.
is
I've found
still
it
all
easier.
secondhand.
No, I know, but I've found it a lot easier to see bullshit when you read more than one source, and when you read differing opinions. It's like, oh, okay, I can see what your agenda is over here,
Yep.
and I can also see what your agenda is, and you'll usually find a spot.
And you
in the
can
middle
find the middle of
that
like,
goes,
okay,
okay, if you
these
take
two-
their
this
agendas out of it,
Right.
it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
You know, that's the problem with trying to do the Ukraine story, which I've given up on. It's like,
Yeah,
no,
really.
I'm just blown by it. Like, I've never been to Russia. I've never been to Ukraine.
Yeah.
Jenny Feder is the closest to anything I'll ever know about it.
Very true.
And I'm taking her word at shit. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
No,
over there.
exactly. It was just it was I almost didn't even until we just were kind of talking about stuff. It triggered that I remembered it and went kind of down that path that night. But it was it's fucking real, man. It just makes you think about everything you know
Yeah.
and what you believe is
Yeah.
it's because somebody wanted you to know it.
Yeah. You know, sort of along those lines, there's been a lot of talk about TikTok. Are you guys on TikTok, Isis? I'm assuming you have TikTok.
I am, but I still don't do as much of it. I don't know. I basically just do Instagram and Facebook for the most part.
I've never posted
YouTube.
a TikTok.
Yes, I've tried.
No,
to
I've never.
I think I have at one point a while ago.
I've never contributed.
You know,
to like.
I'll
one of
just
those-
say
No, but
my
I don't think that
fucking
matters.
things.
I think just having it. The problem with it is it's
Right.
it's an arm of the Chinese.
Yeah, it's on my phone.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I deleted it off my phone. Now I didn't need to make a grand announcement to everybody that I was leaving and I was bowing out like
Right.
celebrities do when they leave Twitter and they have to give us a fucking whole spiel about how they're leaving.
Yep.
Just fuck off, Jim Carrey. No one cares, honestly.
Not an
Just
airport.
go
You don't have to
away.
announce your departure.
Exactly. So with mine, I was like, you know what? I've heard enough about this. I've seen about enough of this, and I just fucking held that button down and went delete, and I
Yeah.
just blew the fucking thing out. And you know, now
Oh yeah, it's still in there.
the Senate, yeah, and they're absolutely checking your shit out.
Yeah.
Maybe Trav, you're the one to ask for this, as kind of the resident nerd, at least in this room right now.
Okay.
What does that mean? So the Senate voted unanimously to ban TikTok on government devices, which sounds like a good deal if it's being used for spying on American citizens.
If nothing else, it's a time suck, and I'm all for it.
No. Dude, the content, though, I know lots of people that love the content, the short videos, they get off on it. And I have no problem with that, unless it's not just about the videos you're getting. It's about what the Chinese government is learning about you and your patterns and blah, blah, blah. We hear this all the time, Travis, about, you know, these apps are spying on you and they know where you are. And we talk about it. Oh my God, we were talking about I mentioned Foot Locker, and all of a sudden I've got 100 ads for Foot Locker. What does it mean when they're talking about, oh, the Chinese government is getting all this information on American citizens? Like, what can they do with that? Why is that such a threat to people? Like, what do I give a shit if Ying Yang is fucking knows that I went to this concert on Friday night and took a bunch of pictures?
Manipulate you.
Well, yeah, I think
Manipulate-
bigger
I'm asking
picture-
the smart guy in the room.
Well, I mean,
I- that's why I'm answering.
I know.
I have TikTok as well, and I don't have an account, I don't believe, or I certainly don't use it. But I mean, you give the app access to certain things. So like
Every app
photos,
has the same access.
Because
Right.
you access your photos, you can choose whether or not to give it access to your contacts, so you can find friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you've said, "Yep, sure," you know, it has access to your contacts, so now it has phone numbers.
But there's
email.
no other answer.
Yeah,
It's not that
you
you
can,
go,
you can disallow some of that. Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I've always seen it's
And so
accept their
now you
terms
have
of
to-
service or fuck off.
Now you have to trust that the Apple, or I guess Play Store ecosystem or whatever will protect you when you say no to
Yeah,
share
right, that
contacts.
it's actually
Yeah. Do you believe that at all?
I don't. Yeah.
Same Apple that's, you know, what were they taking off airdrop from China? I mean,
Yeah,
you know, I mean, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I trust Apple.
Yeah, that's
do.
a
Like
crazy
GPS,
story.
For instance, GPS, you probably can't opt out. I don't know. I haven't paid attention.
No, we always hear about this though, and it's like, okay, well, I don't feel personally attacked by Russia or China. You know, like if I'm watching Facebook videos or YouTube videos or even TikTok videos, because people send me some of those too, Twitter stuff, but you always hear about this, and I know it's serious, but I'm not entirely sure why. Like what the fear is, what the threat is. Are we doing it to them too?
I'm sure we are.
Yeah, right.
Probably.
Probably not to China, but probably other places. China probably won't allow it. But I don't know. I just feel kind of lost on that. Like what?
Well, I think all data is good data on some level. and can be weaponized on some level.
Right.
Whatever that is, whether it knows your habits, no matter if it knows how long you're on Pornhub, all those things.
But what does that mean?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't
That's-
want them to have access. I'm kind of with you. I'm always like, I'm not that important. I don't
Right,
really care.
right.
I don't.
But I don't want them
I
to
don't
have
think
access
it's.
to like my kids' pictures.
Yeah, I don't think
right,
it's
or
individual. I think it's
pictures or whatever.
collectively,
Yeah.
right? And then it also you start talking to because what was the craze a couple of years ago? It was the face thing. There was an avatar or something. It was, but it was the pre-TikTok where it was like, dude, to delete that because it's China. And they're getting all your facial recognition shit, right? So
I remember
again,
that.
I don't remember exactly what it was,
Yeah.
but it was something along those lines.
I
That
know
was
exactly what you're
pre-TikTok.
talking about. We all deleted it.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh no, don't do that. You know.
Yeah.
But there's more. You see it now. All these people are doing the AI fucking face thing. It makes them all look all fucking great and amazing. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's all part. It's all there.
But if they're learning about me and it's like, well, as far as I can tell, they just gave me an amazing deal at Foot Locker.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, again-
I get 50% off my next pair of shoes.
That's
Thank
not-
you, China.
That's not China that's doing that part.
I know, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
but like I said, all data is good data on some level,
Especially
and
for evil.
It's not about one individual thing; it's the collective sum of all of it, and whether that somehow, some way shows the Achilles heel, or is still some way to be able to
Right.
infiltrate and manipulate.
well, my country's doing the same thing to me. So, okay, China might be doing that. They're on another fucking.
Yeah, they are.
They're a world away. My government is doing the same goddamn thing to me,
Yeah.
and so are all the apps that I use in my country. They're targeting me, knowing what I'll fall for, and they it seems like they have a lot more. They're a lot closer to me,
Yeah.
and a lot.
And maybe
more-
that's the problem. I mean, we talk about that when you're doing something wrong, you accuse your opposition of doing it.
Right.
It's the oldest trick in the book.
Yeah.
So maybe they're worried that China's going to start undercutting some of this data mining and this manipulation that's used in this data harvesting shit. And they're getting cut out of it. So they're going to
Yeah.
make sure that they don't let China steal our fucking gravy.
Yeah.
This is ours. This is what we're doing. You're our
Right.
bread and butter right here.
Well, this is a bill, No TikTok on Government Devices Act, introduced by Senator Josh Hawley. He's out of Missouri, was passed late yesterday. TikTok is a Trojan horse for the Chinese Communist Party. It's a major security risk to the U.S., and until it's forced to sever ties with China completely, never happened, by the way.
No.
Never.
But now, is
So
there
it has
realistically
no
a
place
way
on
that
government devices, Holly said. States across the U.S. are banning TikTok on government devices. It's time for Joe Biden and the Democrats to help do the same. The bill will need to be passed in the House, signed by President Soup to become law. Well, just tell him it's a bill to allow toddlers to transition. He'll sign it right away.
Yeah.
He's not.
But no, if this
signing.
stuff gives you access, just like you said, your Foot Locker ads,
Yeah.
right? If all these apps have access to your cameras and your
Yeah.
video and all that stuff, well, that's fine. They don't give a shit what you're saying, but every phone that has it does. Some people are talking about important shit,
Yeah.
and they can figure that out and they can use it. So it may not be you, and it may not be the collective sum.
Well,
but the fact that they have that access, and who knows? And the Trojan horse is a great example of that.
For
That
sure.
maybe they're able to implement some sort of crazy virus through that fucks everybody's
What if
phone
they were
up.
able to go through every American's phone, right? Assuming that everybody has either a Google phone or an Apple.
Oh, do another fappening. That'd be great.
No, just to go and go. We now have access to 250 million people's nude photos on their cameras.
Yeah, the fappening.
Everyone's taking a dick pic. Everyone's taking a titty pic or an asshole pic or a vagine pic. Thank God I'm not, but most of you creeps are. So we've got them all, and we're going to release them on the world. And it's like, oh God, any person you've ever met in your life, you can just be like, I wonder what that chick's up to since high school.
Yep.
Google. And it's like, oh, thank God, Chinese Communist Party. Here's every nude in her fucking.
It's worth
camera.
it. It's worth it. If
Like-
that's what it takes.
I'd sign up for that, to be honest with you, but
I don't want.
I don't think that's the nefariousness of the situation.
Well, that'd be a way to humiliate me, anyways. I wouldn't want that out
Again,
there.
I think it's bigger than that, and I think it's the fact that, like I said, this has access to all of your stuff.
What does that
and-
even mean, though?
Well,
access to what stuff?
Once
My
it's in your
emails
phone,
or
probably, yeah.
Well, yeah,
all
the
this
more you
stuff
can
that
type-
is linked in your phone, yeah, you can. When you're in your phone,
If you're trying to take over a society, the more you can type in to a computer and have it analyze what can take people down, the more the better.
Yeah.
I mean, and the reality is, if you get to a point where they just have supercomputers reading even our text messages and going, "Oh, well,
listen,
we've noticed that Americans this or whatever."
Just to go back to this bill, if we already know the phones listen to us and have the capability of accessing our cameras and our microphones, we already know that. There's no fucking doubt about it whatsoever.
And we've known that for a long
And we've known that for a long time. Now everybody thinks it's fine because you get Foot Locker fucking coupons. Well, maybe not so much when China has that access to it, and those phones are sitting in Congress, and those phones are in these high-profile people's possessions.
Can't they just watch C-SPAN like the other boring people of the world?
Well,
They really
I
need to
think it's
fucking-
more the behind-the-scenes conversations that we're more worried about.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds scary to me, but
But
I
to
know.
think that TikTok is somehow the only one that does this is hysterical.
hilarious.
By the way, I mean, this is not that abnormal for a company-owned, or in this case, government-owned device. I mean, they limit
Yeah,
Sure.
a lot of ads.
NS to FW type stuff.
Well,
a lot of
yeah,
stuff.
even
I
that,
mean,
even in just the time suck stuff, like
Yeah.
when it's a company, asset.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you don't need
And I
TikTok
think
on your
I'm
company.
just reading here
fucking
while you're
phone.
talking. I mean, it looks like a lot of government agencies have been disallowing TikTok for quite a while now.
It's been a few.
So this
It's
bill
been a
is
while
more of a
that this has
broad
been
brush.
going on.
And they're talking about, what is it, Huawei? Huawei, too, they're trying to ban. Bipartisan group of senators introduced bill to ban Chinese telecom giant Huawei. With 5G speed and all that shit. I don't know enough about it,
Yeah.
but
Like, it's a terrifying thing where we're at with technology, and that our
well,
entire
it's way
lives,
faster than we are.
It's not even.
it's
no,
so
it's
much
just
further down the
no,
road.
I mean the point that we're so tied to this that all of your personal information is digital. Now,
Yeah.
everything. Your identity, your bank accounts.
No, it's gonna bite us in the ass one day.
Everything is digital.
It's
and
all
to
gonna
think
bite
that
us.
somehow,
It's gonna be
in
awesome
some
until
way,
it's not, right?
Yeah.
that's secure on any level is comical and ignorant. I mean, we're all here. It is what it is. But my mom's identity got stolen a few months ago, and she couldn't possibly figure out like how or why. I'm like,
Because everything.
because it's what do you mean? Like she'd given me an old iPad and wiped it and all this stuff. Are you sure that you did that? I don't know how else they could have possibly got like your shit's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's so easy. Like it's not the first time it's been stolen. It's just the first time you figured it out.
Yeah.
and
You
it's
should-
not
you
going to be
should,
the last time.
When I look up numbers or I have look up numbers. There's certain sites that I'll pay for.
Yeah.
So you can actually get good information. You'd be shocked if you knew what you have access to doing that. Like anytime you've ever been arrested, every house you've ever lived in, what your kids are about, like where it's like, shit, I was just looking for a phone number in a city and it gave me fucking I know now this whole family's been to jail. They've got 4 piece of shit kids. And that one's been arrested.
When your
This one's,
security
like-
questions is, which one of these cars did you own? Okay, well, that's not hard to find out. You
Yeah.
can have the list of
Yeah.
all the cars that you've registered
Yeah.
in your life, Like, I get it, but to think that on any level it's safe or secure is ignorant as fuck.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing, too, is one of our nerds, not Travis and not Ron, but one of our nerds was like, hey, man, do you mind if I look up a couple things on your, this program you use to look up phone numbers? I was like, yeah, no problem. To this day, this was probably 6 years ago. To this day, any update on those people fucking gives me an email notification.
yeah, right.
It's like,
Oh, boy.
yeah. I mean, it's like,
Yeah,
oh, by the way, don't know if you know, but so-and-so moved. I'm like, who the fuck? Oh, yeah, I know what that is.
There you
Yeah,
go.
All right, I got
Right?
it. I got it. Nerd
Every time I
number
look
3.
this way, it's like, this is your brain. And then I look at this way, it's like, this is your brain on drugs. Some weird time warp
right.
right now.
Oh, that's a
Right?
great
It's like the
line,
before
by
and
the
after
way.
meth pictures.
That's a great line, by the way. That really is.
I by the way, I'm purposely, I don't know when I'm going to obviously finally cut some of this stuff, but I do want to wait till after Saturday because I want a picture with Kaylee like this so I can show her at some point, like,
right.
this is what your uncle looked like when you were born.
At some point,
like,
yeah.
almost like
wow.
how when I got that ridiculous haircut after the Hamilton,
yeah.
I went and got that as a government ID. Like, I have a license with that picture on it.
That is great.
And so,
by
like-
the way, speaking of Kaylee,
Yeah.
is she still suckling on your sister's giant titties? Or is
I
she
mean,
out
I
of
would
that
assume
stage?
if she's
Lucky little bitch.
Yeah.
if
Oh, yeah.
they are breastfeeding, I don't know. I assume that they would. The answer would be yes. I mean, I guess.
Could be
get a
pumping the
picture next
milk.
time
Who
you go
knows?
over
It's
there.
cheating, but you know.
See if you can find a picture next time you go over there, or video.
It just
I'm gonna meet her
destroys
on
them.
Saturday, so that'll be interesting.
You're going to be where on Saturday?
Like meet her. I'm gonna meet the.
Oh, you haven't seen? Oh, you just got
I've never
back.
seen her. In
You've
person,
never met her
human
yet?
baby, as I like to call her.
I thought that's why you were back, because she shit that baby out.
I tried. I stayed an extra week in October, but she came late.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
But you know, I'll have to get into it later. I got this fucking. I'm already fucking becoming a soft asshole, but like I have like a present planned for her for Christmas, and I'm like so excited to give it.
What is it? She's not going to hear us.
I'm really hoping my sister. I don't think my sister would listen to this.
She does
really.
definitely
Certainly not this far in.
So this
She
is
certainly would have bailed over an
Yeah.
hour ago.
Oh,
easy.
this
yeah.
is corny as fuck. So I get it.
Yeah, I think the assisted suicide
Yeah,
got
and
rid of
her
her.
being cut out of the will.
Hopefully. So,
'cause he needs
Lauren,
it
if
more.
you're listening for some reason, please stop
Earplugs,
listening and let it be a
earmuffs.
secret. This is so fucking corny, dude, but it is what it is.
It'll be a surprise to the kid. Who
So
cares?
I wrote like a letter to Kaylee. This letter, like, dear Kaylee, blah blah blah, and I'm gonna take a picture frame, and I have like
Did you have somebody at least proofread it?
yeah, Amy's going through
Okay.
it. Amy's
good.
going through it.
I was gonna say.
Do you have
at
a
least make
proof-
sure there's no spelling errors.
Do you
If
have
this
a
is gonna be
proof-
something for life.
Do
Yeah.
you have a proof writer too? Because your handwriting is atrocious.
Well, I'm gonna type it.
Yeah.
type it or whatever.
Oh no, it's way better in hand. form.
I can't write this long of a letter typed. It's a very long letter.
Really?
So, yeah. So I got this thing. Right, here's my plan. Like,
Amy,
so-
write it too.
Yeah. I think
They'd
it's
be
pretty
like, why
fucking
does
good.
Uncle E write like a girl?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty fucking good. I cried when I wrote it, but whatever. But anyway, so I got like I happened to take a picture. I was at one of the battlefields, taking a tour of one of the Civil War battlefields. Racist or whatever, I guess. I don't know. But
yeah.
anyway, I
Depends
happened
whose
to
team you were on.
legit take a picture of me sitting there because I was eating a sandwich and I sent it to my dad. Like all those fucking times, I was so pissed at you that we got sandwiches in the car to save money, and here I'm fucking doing it
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's literally, I sent that to my dad. He's like, oh, I was just about to text you. Lauren's going into labor. So I'm gonna like throw that picture up there, and I have a little like, hey, this is where I was when blah blah blah.
When I heard you were coming out of a
and-
vagine. Yeah. That's awesome.
And then I'm gonna have my Facebook post, and I kind of write in there like, I'm sure this will be long gone by here, but just FYI, got a lot of reacts or whatever. Then like a picture of her as a
This is
kid.
about you.
It so is. It so is.
I kind of like it though. I see where he's going.
But there's a
I
letter
see
to
what
her.
he's
But there's a
doing.
letter to her in the middle talking about her mom and how I was excited to see her or whatever and
Yeah.
stuff. And then at the bottom,
Can you put somewhere in there that every time I talk to my friend Mike, he brings up your mom's tits?
I'll
See if
slide
you
it
can
in,
sneak
right.
it in.
Amend that.
I'll
anywhere
slide that in
there.
after Amy gives me the okay.
Yeah.
And so anyway, then at the end, I bought her like in Maine. I got like this little crab or whatever thing. It says Maine and a pen that actually says Kaylee on it. And I have a picture of me like holding it up by the ocean. I'm like, oh, here I am with the presents I got you or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of
Adorable. Yeah, that is really
I mean,
nice.
it's
Very
So have
thoughtful.
you finished it? Have you finished writing it?
The letter's done. It's in. I mean, but
It's in the process.
Amy's just going. Amy's giving it a read through.
Yeah,
Sure, you
that's
can't
smart.
handwrite it.
What's up?
You sure you can't handwrite it?
It will definitely
Yeah,
mean a lot
it
more.
will
Let me
definitely.
show
Even if you
you.
take your
You don't
time.
have to read
You
it.
got a lot of time
Here's
before
why
she
I can't
reads it.
handwrite. Here's why I can't
Yeah,
handwrite.
you got years before she'll read it.
Here's why I can't handwrite it. This is how long it is. I mean, dude, I'm not writing all that.
Well, how much do you love her?
Why not? I know.
I
Apparently
don't
not
know yet.
enough.
I don't
haven't-
know yet.
I haven't met her yet.
Yeah.
Maybe she's a bitch. I don't
We'll
know.
see. Smart.
Yeah.
What was I don't remember what I was talking about that, but what were we talking about?
No, that's
before?
very cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
that
I
you-
didn't mean to bring that up, but there was a reason I did. And I don't remember why. I think
Great
it was just 'cause
question.
the
Trav,
hair.
where was he?
The haircut.
You're gonna do get
and
the
I
picture
want
first.
a picture. I want her because I want her to have to see that this is what I look like when she was born.
Yeah.
The picture
And
of you
then-
holding the pen isn't going to be good enough.
That's a good point.
I'm just spitballing here. That's
Well, with
all.
her, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
all right.
different with her.
She's gonna like scream.
It was funny. I was talking to her, and I go, "You guys, Mike finally kind of dealt with this once you had like, you know, you got friendly with your family or whatever."
Yeah.
So like before that, though, you never give a fuck about kids, and Troy's had kids. I get it.
No, I always cared about my niece and nephew.
But I'm saying with other
other
people-
people's kids. Fuck no.
And I was like
no.
talking
I
to
have
her.
kids and fuck everybody else's kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I get it. So I was talking to my sister on the phone yesterday, and it was the first time on the phone I could hear in the background little like, you know, like little mumblings. I'm like, oh my god, that's fucking her.
Yeah.
Like, and she's
She
really
makes noises. Oh my
She's
God.
there. She's there.
She's alive.
What is there anything you won't do? Change diapers or?
I'll do whatever, I guess. You know what? Honestly,
Get in
whatever.
and get outy.
Right.
Well, she's probably through the meconium dump stage, right?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
A few months.
I don't
Isn't
look at
the
me.
I don't know what that
isn't
is
the
actually.
meconium dump
Just
is
pay
where?
somebody to change diapers? Is all Jen doing it?
So when babies are first born, so that
I had two of
parents.
them.
I know. That's
So that
double.
parents don't kill their kids. They
Yeah.
they have what they call meconium dumps, so they don't stink.
Right.
Yeah. So that's
Gotcha.
what it is. So
No.
I don't know what time that non-stinking.
I mean, it's
shit
been a few months.
stops.
I don't know anything about it. But
that doesn't last long because
Doesn't last long,
Right?
right?
They were in the
No,
hospital
they're
for
all-
60 days too. So we had.
Oh, really?
Take
Oh,
care of that.
yeah.
Oh, really? You didn't have to wipe any
What,
shit.
what did he
They
just
preemies?
say? What did he
the
just
twins?
say?
Is that why?
My kids are in the hospital for 60 days.
Oh, I thought he said he had a
That's probably why.
housekeeper for
NICU or
60
what?
days.
we did. We had people. Yeah, NICU.
Yeah.
Why were they in the hospital?
Probably preemies.
They were
Yeah.
super young.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey, this part of the show is sponsored by The Party Pub. If you want to impress everyone at your grad party, wedding reception, poker night, MMA viewing party, or for any other reason, you need to contact The Party Pub. It's a massive inflatable pub that can be set up wherever you choose. They also have all the best party games, beanbag toss, badminton, giant inflatable screens, axe throwing, and more. Call Jeff El Jefe at 586-524-6701 or visit thepartypubrentals.com and take your event to the next level.
By the way, Travis.
I wasn't done!
Oh, sorry.
10% discount for TDC listeners and 2 free games. Go ahead, E.
It got more attention because I said that.
I know.
By the way, Travis, what could I do for a present for a little? If I'm giving a baby a present, it wouldn't be about me at that point. Like, there's what am I gonna give her a fucking?
I have a hard, fast rule. You want to hear it?
What's it?
I do not give babies presents.
This is kind of more.
they don't
Fuck
care.
that. No, they,
They don't even know.
Two,
Yeah,
nor
but
three.
this is the
not two,
futuristic
not
thing.
three. No, they don't need
At
another
what point did
squishy
they
toy.
become present worthy?
6?
Okay.
5,
Well, you said
6.
hard fast. I think you would have
Yeah.
a good number in mind.
Well, the kids are just getting to that age now where I give a shit about making sure I show up with a gift and,
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff. So I've got an 8, 6, and or 8, 7, and 5, something like that. 8, 7.
I think
and
that's
6.
fair. I think
And
that.
so, but that 1 year, like being invited to a 1-year-old's birthday, don't even bother. I'm not showing up, and I'm sure as fuck not bringing a gift for it. Forget it. I'm out.
Bottle of wine
but
for the
that's.
mom.
But
This
what
is like-
you're doing, Isis,
it's like a-
is really cool because that's something that she'll get to appreciate
that's
years
the
later.
hope.
It's
like
the
that's
likes part that got me.
Yeah, I
what's
know.
up?
This one got
That's
this one got a lot of reactions.
By the way,
That's a
he doesn't
joke.
like anyone else's shit.
Yeah.
Have you noticed?
Oh, really? Does he not?
Are you fucking kidding
But he
me?
likes his likes.
That's fucking bullshit, dude. I regularly go on other people and react.
Give and
to
take,
things.
buddy. Give and take.
I
He's
react
good
to
at
other.
liking. I'm pretty shitty.
I
at
try.
That is bullshit. I react to people's posts on Facebook all the time.
right.
All the time,
Well,
I go on other people.
You guys want to take this outside?
We'll take it
Yeah.
outside.
Well, we can. There's one way to find out.
I can't
just on his phone
prove that I
just
like
furiously.
people's posts,
Oh, no, I
but
got him.
I got to get upstairs and get some cough drops. I'm fucking
really?
dying here.
Have a
Let me do
lozenge.
a couple emails. I'm
wait.
out of them.
Can I add to the emails real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got?
I was wondering. I saw that on the floor over there. I
This
was
is from my
wondering
mom.
what's going on.
You can add this to the emails if you want.
Oh, okay.
We get a Christmas card.
I was just trying to decide what to
Mrs.
do.
Oh, it's to me.
Yeah, from my
Am
mom.
I supposed to read this on the air?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's roll with it.
Yeah. Well, thanks. Thanks, Fran. Nice to hear from you too.
So there's 3 kitties wearing Santa hats. I don't know if you can see
second.
that.
I don't know. I don't care. It's not for me.
Yeah. No, if you haven't met Fran yet.
I have
she's-
met Fran.
How have you met Fran?
She's been to the house multiple
met her?
times. Yes.
In the house? She usually hangs out in the driveway. What are you going out and hitting on Eric's mom in the
I
driveway?
don't worry about how I know Fran.
Once they're asleep, we
Mrs.
get our
Brady.
revenge. So it's got the 3 kitties with the Santa Claus mask on it. And it, Mike, they see you when you're sleeping. They know when you're awake. Merry Christmas, meow, Tony. Look at it.
Oh,
Oh, wait a minute.
is that the last picture taken?
Hold on.
No.
This is Tony in 2010.
That's a
Is that
long
what she
time
says
ago.
on the back there?
Yes. Tony in 2010. That's
Oh,
amazing.
Spry.
Oh,
Look
wow.
at that
2010?
young son of a bitch.
Son of a
Dude,
bitch.
that's 12 years ago.
Yeah.
That's kind of a bummer.
Why?
I think his time's coming to an end. but-
Look at that guy. He looks so full of
Oh,
life.
Tone.
Oh, Tone
I'm
the
crying.
bone.
Tony.
Oh,
Tell your mom thank you. That's
I
very
will.
sweet of her. I do appreciate that. I love your mom. actually.
I'd say tell her thanks. but-
Sorry, T. Sorry. Next year.
She
perhaps.
doesn't know you that well, I guess.
Okay, ready? Do a couple emails.
Yes.
All right. TV show theme songs. We were talking about
Oh,
this
yeah.
the other
Man,
day,
some good
and
ones,
I
yeah.
knew we would generate a little bit of email.
Yeah,
Was
that's
it like
about
what are the
that.
best ones or something? What did you guys
Well,
have?
it started out of why MASH was triggering for these people because they had to go to bed or something
No,
weird,
it was
whatever.
this theme song I hated. I hated the fucking theme song to MASH.
How's it go?
Yeah, I don't know.
But then we were like, yeah, Cheers was great. Cheers is
Right,
obviously
a
an awesome
classic.
theme song.
Yep.
MASH always, when I saw MASH, for me anyway, MASH always meant like boring, time to go to
Yeah,
bed or time
MASH-
That's why I said there's some weird trigger to it of why they hated it.
Yeah. I couldn't get through the theme song. I never
Was it
could.
funny?
So I've
Have you guys
never watched
tried to
an
watch
actual
it
episode.
since? Like,
No.
is it funny?
No.
There you go.
See, it doesn't sound. Yeah, for whatever reason, I was just like, "Fuck, I hate."
I mean, it is kind of a downer.
By
theme.
the way,
especially
well, it is
when-
a war thing.
Well, I know, but we got into like Miami Vice and Dukes of Hazzard and shit. We got into like some cool ass songs.
See if you can pull up WKRP in Cincinnati. 'Cause that-
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Hey, real quick.
Hold on, let me
go ahead.
finish the email, and then
Yeah.
you can interrupt me. By far, the best theme song is the closing theme song of KRP. The studio has no idea who the band was, and there is no lyrics, just a bunch of gibberish. That is the greatest rocking closing theme song of any show. Great chord progression. Doug, what is he talking about? So this is not just the
not the opening. There's
not
a
the
closing?
opening, but there's a closing theme.
Maybe.
Maybe try WKRP closing.
I'll find it.
God, that sounds like
Yeah, that's
shit.
the opening one.
Yeah, that's the open.
Yeah.
And who was it? It was Lonnie's tits, right? Right.
That was a
Wasn't
big part of it.
Really
Yeah,
a
that
big
really
part of it.
that went a long way. Les Nessman.
Les Nessman,
Look at
sure,
that poll.
sure.
What was the fuck the blonde hair guy? Wow, I can't think of his name. Shit. The DJ.
Yeah, well,
I
they're
know.
all DJs.
Well, like
yeah,
the,
the
hot
PD,
shot.
Johnny?
Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny Fever?
Johnny Fever.
Yep,
Yeah.
Thank you.
He was the main DJ. What were you going to say? Eve?
This is some bull. It only hit me because a fucking notification came in. So I have never paid for this in my life, but on the
Sex?
No.
Oh.
On the
Carry
trip, I decided for the last 2 months here I was going because I even went on like 2 Tinder dates on the first part of it, and I wasn't paying for Tinder Plus or anything like that. I was just doing regular. You get a certain amount a day, then you're like, oh, you're out for 13 hours or whatever. And this one, I was like, I'm on my own, totally. I'm gonna pay for unlimited swipes, $7.99 a month, unlimited swipes for 2 months, and I just today canceled because I'm like, I'm done with it. And it's like, dude,
Smart when you're in a town for days at a time.
Yeah.
well, when you pay, you can also choose your location. So
Location,
I could ahead of time be like, I'm going to be in Boston.
So wait a minute.
Yes, I take
were
it
there
back,
any
yes.
hits or
this
anything?
is where I'm getting at, dude. I when I wasn't paying, actually even got a few that
I would love to
legit-
see your profile.
We're not going to do that.
Do it another day.
I know.
We'll try
What
to
do you-
remember.
so what do you-
But
what-
I would love. But I actually had a few legit work, and my buddies did too. They went on some dates with Tinder on the free kind. I did the $7.99 for 2 goddamn months, unlimited swipes. Not any match I got wasn't real. They were just this bullshit, like where they would say hey, and then it would just be like eventually pretty soon like. You want to pay for, want to pay for sex, want pictures, this, that.
Really?
And I'm like, this is fucking bullshit, man. So now I'm even paying for fucking Tinder, and you can't fucking, you can throw a real match in there?
So that means someone else is paying $7.99 to be full of shit.
They can't.
Or
well,
are they just?
It could be some fucking front, just some.
That's
over-
And
bullshit.
A, they
That's-
don't necessarily have to be paying because they can just be on there. And B,
They can find
it takes one clown to pay them to make up for the $7.99.
Right. And is
So-
there a single woman that pays on Twin?
God,
Tinder?
no. And
I mean,
I'm
there's
sure
got to be
not.
all dudes,
And-
right?
But like, I wasn't even like, even if I'd gotten 1 or 2 that we talked and it just. I could tell they were a real person, but it didn't work out. I would have been okay with that. I'd been like, okay, that's
Sure.
me. That's my personality or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I got plenty of matches, and they all just ended up fucking being
Either
bots.
the other guys close their date?
I don't fucking know.
What do you mean you don't know? Don't tell
on
me you
the
don't know.
Oh, on the Tinder, on the other
Yeah.
trip, the one guy, he was meeting a girl. One guy, yes.
Okay.
One guy met a girl who grew up
Had a dick?
largely misrepresented herself.
Oh, boy.
As to what she looked like.
I
on her
picked up on the
pictures.
largely.
Yeah.
Lots of pics like this?
Yeah.
Not even that. She ended up. It turned out she just sent pictures from 10 fucking years ago.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
And-
How do you think that's going to play out? Honestly, the people that do that, how do you think
Yeah,
that's
right?
going to
When
play
you show
out?
up, you think somebody's
When
just
you're
going to be
like,
so desperate, be like,
Hi, this is me in high school.
You know what
all
happened?
right, fuck it. Let's do it anyway.
He actually had a.
I didn't send you my
Already
fucking
here,
high school
but I'm not paying for
yearbook
the
picture.
drinks, goddammit. We're going Dutch.
He ended up
And we're doing it from behind.
having a very me-like situation because like she actually worked out too ahead of time. He did the art. They talked enough, and she's like, "Hey, if you give me some art, I'll give you some weed." Even like she was gonna hook him up with some weed, and he said the minute he saw her, like they were like in a parking garage or something, he's just like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
And he
Abort,
thought about
abort.
trying to turn around, but she'd already seen him, and he's like, "Well, I'll just keep going because
want the
maybe
weed."
the weed will come." And she just kept going like. And then he ended up like instead, like he was gonna take her. We were in kind of a nice place of Knoxville. He was gonna take her down this nice little area, and then he's like, "Well, let's just go to a Waffle House, get back to her place."
Change of plans.
And
Let's
did
go
you
to the
nail
old
her?
country
And she just kept
buffet.
saying-
I
she
think
just
it's more up your alley.
Well, she just kept saying like, "Oh, the weeds at." Then she's like, "Well, I got the weed at home." And he's like, "Okay, I guess I'll go there."
Yeah, that's to make sure she gets the dick.
And then
Yeah.
they just sat on the fucking couch. And I guess what happened was that he's like, he just kept trying to avoid her, hoping that again, eventually this weed was going to be coming. And there was,
Just go buy weed.
And-
Just go buy weed. Yeah,
well, it wasn't.
right?
It wasn't legal there or something. I mean,
in Tennessee.
no, it
It
wasn't.
has not been legal my whole life. I've been
Yeah.
able to get weed.
I don't
Drive down
know.
the street.
Okay, well, I don't fucking know the situation. The point is, though, in the end, it led to her like saying like, "Well, can I get some physical, like connection here?" And I guess he kind of touched her hand, and then after she brought out the
Jesus,
weed that ended up being
hand?
like shitty weed or something, he just snuck out her bathroom
Yeah,
window
smart.
and left.
Good.
I had respect for that story on some level until he climbed out walk out the fucking door.
I
Is this
agree.
beast like blocking it like a
Yeah,
goalie?
could be.
I agree, but
Sneak out the window in the bathroom.
All right, let me do what? Let me do
Yeah,
one
that's
more.
fine.
And
So
then I need some
WKRP
lunches.
closing theme, by the way.
Did you find it?
Is it different? Is it good? I do remember this.
I don't.
Fucking that chord progression, am I right?
Yeah, right.
Holy shit.
This would have been in the 70s, right?
Yeah. I mean, I watched enough that I remember hearing
I
that.
don't want to get kicked off, but all right, I'm going to read one more email.
Okay.
Do you guys want to go?
Oh, dealer's choice here?
Yeah. Do you want to go? Let's go out on a happy note
All right.
or decent note, or do you want to go fucking just into the shitter,
Dealer's choice, sir.
guys?
Eeny, meeny,
I'm gonna go with going to the shitter.
He takes shitter.
I
He
kind
wants
of
to go in the
like.
shitter.
He takes it in the shitter. Go ahead.
You fucking people. This is why we can't have. This is why we can't have
Nice things.
real news.
Here's the reason I
stations,
can go there.
because you're always going for the shitter. Always.
I
you're never gonna go with the happy one that I had. No, you always want to see. All right, what the fuck is he talking about?
I'll say this: no one knew I was. No, I didn't. No one knew I was going to be here today, so I can't have had any preemptive. It sucks because Eric's there.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't.
Yeah,
mind,
no, no, no,
'cause I-
That's true. I see it there, too. You know that was coming.
So this says alphabet things, and
That
you-
letters,
you
man.
might-
Oh my lord.
You might need to refresh on what he's talking about because I'm not sure.
Are we talking about the community?
I feel
Alphabet
like
things.
I feel like they've added
Yeah,
a letter
it's gotta
since
be.
I've been gone.
Yeah, they
yeah.
have.
Yeah.
All right.
Doesn't the plus cover that? Didn't we talk about this?
yeah,
what-
but
No,
what's the
they've
point of
added
the plus?
No, they've added a 2IA plus.
If you're gonna
I
keep
saw it
adding
today.
letters, then just get rid of the plus and let's just keep adding letters.
Right. Come on, Mike. What the actual fuck? You sound like T-Roy. Those pieces of shit are insalvageable. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't even be any use as organ donors. Stop pretending the insanity of our top nuclear waste guy is a one-off. He was actually the most normal fucktard they could find. He gave us a great example of those things at their best.
Those
things. I'm not a heartless monster.
Oh, definitely not.
Put all alphabet things and their sympathizers in straitjackets and padded rooms and shoot it while they await lobotomies. Once they're dead, we burn the carcasses and reburn the ashes, then collect what's left and shoot it into space so it doesn't have a chance to reinfect the earth. Only then can the few Americans left rebuild this once great nation. America, Godspeed, my friends.
Can we have the
Merry,
other one?
Merry Christmas, James.
Other one, please.
The other one?
Yeah, let's finish
Hey,
on the good note.
I gave you guys.
Merry Christmas.
When was
James.
America great?
Stop it, easy.
When we were taking away
Industrial
when we
Revolution.
were taking away the Indians' land.
Oh,
lying to
fuck
them?
them. Dude, every piece of land has been fought over for the entirety of mankind. You do not get to make
When
that
George
stupid
Washington had
argument.
slaves? Is that when?
So what? So what? That's how the world operated. We also got rid of slaves before anybody else on planet Earth. The first. The first. I don't want to hear it.
All the way back to Columbus?
Yeah, right.
You guys are Indians, right?
So how did they just have negotiations whenever land was conquered in the good old days? No, you went in and you fucking kicked teeth.
Took it.
You raped and pillaged across the globe until someone killed you.
Original sin, Mike.
Yeah, whatever. All right. On a happier note,
Yay.
Mike, self-admitted slappy, but you have to acknowledge this one feels different. All 7 of our draft picks, he's talking about the Lions.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm in.
Here we go.
All 7 of our draft picks from the last season are playing and playing well. James Houston was a 6th-round draft pick and is second in sacks in the league right now. I don't know if this could be old.
I didn't think.
I don't know how old this is.
He was
Well,
that
no,
high.
he sent this on December 15th. So no,
Okay.
this is not that old.
Today.
We've never had late round draft picks performing. The Jets are going to be a tough game, but if we're able to win, I see no reason we don't win out, which would more than likely put us facing Minnesota in the first round. Bring it on. There are only two teams in the NFC I'm scared of. Philly, because Hurts is unreal, and impossible to contain. I agree with that. And the Niners, because they have got the best defense.
What a
in the league.
suck-up.
I am just going to enjoy the ride with love. Bone job.
There you go.
That's the best email Bone Job's ever written in my time here.
I would argue that's not true.
In all
but
7
I don't-
years, I've never seen heard a better.
I mean, is that it for like rookies or something? Because he's not even on the.
What did he say, James Houston?
Yeah, for sacks.
He said
Please be wrong. Please be wrong.
James Houston was a 6th-round draft pick and is second in sacks in the league right now. He is not second in sacks in the
He's
league
not
right
even
now.
close. James, he's 13th.
Is he second on the team in sacks?
Maybe. I mean, and maybe again. I mean, he's 13th, which is, and I'm not going to shit on that.
6th-round pick, yeah. From
Yeah,
the Lions.
13 is
that's
quite far
great.
from 2.
Right. Well, I know, but he's got 9, and the leader has 14 and a half. So he's not that far off.
Wait, James Houston has 9 sacks?
9 sacks, yeah,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the better man here and forgive these errors in his stats and say what a great email.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I agree.
He'll
Very
appreciate
positive,
that.
yeah.
Talk about sucking up. You're trying to get
Forward
nice
down
comments
the
from him.
I take the high road.
I have
When they go
lions,
low, I go high. Or
tigers
whatever
and
it goes.
beers. Oh my.
All right, let's get out of here. I'm dying. I got to get something on my throat here.
I got
I
something
heard
for you.
that.
Yeah, shut up. I knew you weirdos would say that. We'll do some content this weekend for our exclusive members.
Is this our last show?
Yeah, it is because I fly
Yeah.
out Monday morning.
Yeah, better
I
say
take
goodbye to
off
the
Monday.
people.
Yeah. Happy Christmas, everybody. Merry New Year.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. I'm trying. I think Troy and I are going to try to do a couple things this weekend. So at least while we're gone, at least in the members area, there's a couple
Yeah, our favorite listeners get some
favorite
get something.
listeners.
No
get some
remotes,
content.
right?
No.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not-
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not.
No,
Dude,
we're doing the show.
I have
all
so
se-
much shit I'm bringing out west that I don't have room for fucking a mini studio. So yeah, don't worry about it.
Just be a hack like everybody else and do it with a laptop.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Oh,
either.
sorry.
Chris.
But
Lost my iPad even. I was doing it on my phone at the end.
but you guys can do some stuff. We'll figure it out. But anyway, have a great weekend. Have a great holiday, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's great to see you. And yeah, we'll see you next year.
Hilarious.